Hello again and welcome to another Mordy and Glory Warhammer 40k battle report. In today's episode we've got something spicy for your viewing pleasure. It is going to be the Hammer versus the Anvil, the Imperial Guard's Steel Legion against the Leagues of Votann. These two armies find themselves battling over an abandoned Imperial world on the far edges of humanity's territory. This Imperial outpost was once a prosperous mining town, but after all the resources were stripped out, humanity left. But the Votann can delve much deeper than the tall people. And so they decided they'd come along and they'd get those extra deep seams that humanity deemed not worthy of their attention. But we all know the Imperium of Man is extremely stubborn, even as stubborn as the Votann may be. And even territory that they deem worthless, they do not give up without a fight. And so in typical Imperial Guard style, they have dispatched an armoured company to drive back the prospectors of the Leagues of Votann. But without further ado, let's take a look at the two army lists. Starting off with the Imperial Guard, we have the Armageddon Steel Legion out in force today. This is my 234th Mechanized Dragoon army. This is actually an army that I put together in 8th edition. I've slowly been adding to it. The Mordians will always be the pride of the channel, but I do love myself some classic metal gas mask boys. And so let's take a look at what I've brought today. Starting off, as is tradition with any Mordian army, we'll go with the infantry corps. So this time it's more of a mechanized infantry corps. I've only brought 60 infantry, but each one of those infantry does have its own dedicated transport. Each infantry squad is going to be a Cadian shock trooper squad today. Each one is going to have a sergeant with an auto gun, and then we're going to have a grenade launcher and a plasma gun. Now, before the comment section goes nuts and says, but Morden, you said in your latest FAQ video you needed to be going for melter gun plasma. These are OG Steel Legion models. Sadly, we are limited by what they have, and they came with a lot of grenade launchers and a few plasma guns, so that's why we've gone for what we've gone for. End of the day, some AP-2 grenade launcher take aim. Still go tear a chunk out of those stubborn dwarfy boys. Each Chimera is armed with a heavy stubber and 2 heavy bolters. And of course, we've got the lasgun arrays on the back there as well. Lots and lots of DACA coming out from these vehicles. We've then got the support section. So we've got some HQs here and some elites. We've got our characters. So we've gone for a commissar. And he has got a power sword and a bolt pistol. Yes, I paid for the power sword. And if you notice, this is actually the official Steel Legion Commissar model. The legit one. This is very kindly sent in to me by a supporter of the channel. We've then got 2 Cadian Castellans. Now, you might think these don't look like Cadians, especially this bloke here. What I've done is I've gone for a Cadian Castellan here. And he's just going to have a bolt pistol and a power sword. He's just my standard officer. And then we've done our best to recreate Yarrick. Yarrick is back, boys! And he is going to be a Cadian Castellan armed with a bolter and a power claw. I have also given him the relic, the Order of the Bastium Stellaris. And I have spent a CP on him, so he will be a frontline combatant as well. Is it a complete waste of time? You're goddamn right it is. Is it a fluffy upgrade? You're goddamn right it is. So we've actually, I think I'm going to start this game with like maybe 0 or 1 CP. It's going to be very low, but we're embracing the narrative today, boys. We're going to forge that narrative. We've then got 3 Scout Sentinels, each one of these equipped with a las cannon. These will be in a squadron of 3, so 1 big squad. We've also got a Hellhound. Today, I don't normally run the Hellhound, but I do quite like occasionally chucking one in a list. He is going to be equipped with a Chem Cannon and also a Hull Heavy Flamer. I actually really like the Chem Cannon. The reliable number of shots is very nice, and it also means that he is able to do some pretty nasty damage to those Votann armoured infantry. They don't like being wounded on 2s, and they don't like the flat damage 2, and they don't like the AP-3. All of that sounds pretty good to me. So we thought we'd cover them in some toxic slime. We'll see if they can handle it. Obviously, they're used to probably getting dealing with industrial refuse, but are they used to the toxic levels that the Imperium puts out? We'll have to see. And then we've got 4 Leman Russ battle tanks. Can't leave home without some heavy armour in the guard. We've got 2 standard Leman Russes. One of these has got a plasma cannon on top and 2 plasma cannon sponsons and a heavy bolter. The other one has got the plasma cannon on top and then triple heavy bolter. And then we've got 2 tank commanders. Both of these armed with Vanquisher cannon. We've got las cannons, heavy bolters, and then we've paid for the heavy stubber and the storm bolter because we did happen to have a few points left over. Now, I have spent some extra points on this tank commander here for him to be a veteran commandeer. That means he is going to have an extra regimental doctrine, and I've gone for elite sharpshooters, giving him an inbuilt reroll. Very nice to have that with his Vanquisher cannon. We've then also gone ahead and spent a CP to give this tank commander a warlord trait as well. And he is going to have lead by example. So that means he will be able to order himself to reroll ones or other orders, which should be pretty helpful. The reason we've done that is because overall our regimental doctrine is born soldiers, but obviously the vanquishers do like to have a source of rerolls for them to be effective. Having a full reroll over here is pretty nice, and having the ability to get reroll ones on this tank commander is, whilst not ideal, inevitably I'm going to roll lots of 2s as Vanquisher cannon now, but having at least reroll ones on it should make it so most of the time it will have an opportunity to get that hit through. Like I said a moment ago, the whole army is going to be having the Born Soldiers Regimental Doctrine, and of course all of this is going to be in a single Arcs of Omen detachment. I should say that I will be officially starting with 0 command points. That is because I have made him my warlord, so he's got a warlord trait which is frontline combatant, and he's got the Order of the Bastion Solaris to make him as tough as possible and to recreate Yarrick as best as we can. We've then spent a warlord trait on the Commissar for superior tactical training. He's going to know regimental orders as well. Then, of course, we've taken an extra senior officer, so that means that is going to be another CP. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 command points spent there. And then we have also spent a command point on this bloke to give him the warlord trait lead by example. Oh, and I should say my last CP went on the Commissar, and he has another relic. He has the Auto Reliquary of Tiberius, so he will know 2 orders. And that is all 6 of my CP pre-game spent. Perfection, starting on 0. Real men don't need no CP. We spend it all before the game, and then we wish we had it left over for stratagems during the actual battle. But too late for that. All right, boys, that is the 2,000 points of Armageddon Steel Legion. Now let's take a look at the Rock and Stone boys. And here we have 2,000 points of the Leagues of Cheese. There we go.
The little men.
It's no longer Traitor Tom or Trooper Tom or Custodian Tom. He's brought out his worst
Tiny
Tom. Or Tiny Tom. He's Tiny Tom. He's brought out his worst personality. It's Whacker Tom. It's Meta Chaser Tom. All right, mate, where do you want to start off?
I'll start with the far right. We'll go far right to left.
Okay.
So to start off, the first troop slot is a 20-man unit.
Oh, nice.
Halfkin Warriors. I've spent a CP and given the Sergeant the Grey Crest, which means anything outside of 12 inches is -1 to hit.
Nice.
And I'm sure there's something else to do with it because there probably is. The squad is armed with a medpack, scanner, and a communicator, telephone essentially. And then I've got no special weapons, so the special weapons in the squad that you see, they're not special weapons, they're just bolters. Everything's bolters in the squad.
Very nice.
Which is pretty nice. And then that's that. That's going to be one 20-man brick that's just going to sit in the centre of the board and get blown up in a turn. So that's
excellent.
And then moving on to my warlord, which is the Cal.
Ah, yes.
The Cal, he is got 2 traits, so he's got a warlord trait and a relic. The first one is Grudge's End, which is his relic, and then his warlord trait is a long list, and they basically allow me to shoot at characters without the bodyguard rule, and increases my damage, and I get to pass judgment tokens on, all that sort of stuff. There's loads of rules, really cool. And then moving on to my next HQ slot, it is the Brokir Forgemaster, and he is the Brokir Forgemaster. I upgraded him with the 25-point upgrade. He also has the Master Armourer trait, which means I can heal up to 4 wounds per turn, per battle round on a vehicle of my choice. Then moving to the back, I have 2 squads of Halfkin Pioneers.
Oh yeah.
They all have a scanner, a searchlight, and a rotary cannon.
I do
So
like the
just
rotary cannon. It's probably my favourite bit of the model.
They're cool, man. And
Gatling guns, baby. Puckle guns.
Chill. It's going to chill. And try and pick off some infantry or do whatever. They're the
No,
scouts.
never.
No, never.
Never.
And then moving to the front rank, I have 2 squads of 5 half guard.
Ooh, normally you take these in a squad of 10.
And not a squad of 8 or 10, that's what I normally run them as. I'm trying out 2 squads of 5 today. They're all armed with disintegrators and plasma swords. And they also have the grenade launchers, which they have so many weapons, which is really nice. So
My guys come with a rifle.
So 2 squads of them, and then I've got 2 squads at the back. Technically the 1 squad at the start of the game, but they're going to split off into the Sagittars at the start. And basically one of the squads is going to have a scanner, a med pack, and the sergeant in, and the other one is just going to be 5 normal half-kin. I don't have the models to fill in the rest of the half-kin, so all of the communications team over here, the radio team, I'm going to call them.
They're the prospectors. They're just
they're just chilling. And then moving on from that, I have 2 Sagittars at the back. One is finished, and the other one is tabletop ready.
No, it looks good, man. It looks good.
And then they're both armed with twin heavy bolters and mortar auto cannons, or twin bolt cannons. That's what they're called. They're not called heavy bolters because they're better.
Of course they are.
Of course.
Votann, baby!
Votann! And then moving on from that, I have 3 Thunderkin, and they're going to sit in the Hexaton Land Fortress at the start of the game. They have the Graviton blast cannons, so they're D6 shots each. I love me D6 weapons and all that sort of stuff. And they're just really good. Like, if you roll hot with them, you just obliterate stuff.
Apparently you kill a Baneblade with them.
Yeah.
Apparently too.
Just that 105 point unit just killed a
Apparently kills a Baneblade.
Fuck
you, Votann!
And then moving on, I've got the Land Fortress.
Of course you do. Can't leave home without the pizza wagon.
Beamer today.
It's not got the rail cannon.
No, it's not got the rail cannon.
So I am bringing more rail cannon-like weapons than you.
Yes.
Oh dear. So
yeah, it's armed with the Beamer because I want to try it out today, show it off. It's really fun to use.
The Beamer, it's a BMW. Is he going to use his indicators at all during this fire
that's what I was just about to say. And then the rest of it is armed with 4 bolt cannons and 1 mortar autocannon at the back.
Very good.
And to go over, I am Urani Asserter Regulates today, so everything gets +1 toughness, and all of my units auto wound on 6s even without a judgment token, so born soldiers effectively.
Grim.
And I'm +1 toughness. So.
It's interesting how you get that and born soldiers, and I just get born soldiers.
You get born soldiers, and you get to take the leadership of your commissar.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? That's good. Yeah. I get the leadership of my officers.
But I'm going to try it out today because I think a T9 Land Fortress and 2 T8 Sagittars.
Yeah, these little
bikes,
moon buggies are going to be really annoying.
T6 bikes and T6 half guard and T5 infantry is just going to be very, very, very nice.
Do you not have the bloke that reduces damage to 0?
Yes.
You do?
Here he is.
Oh, he's...
Yeah, the Brocade Forge Master reduced to 0. You're thinking of your Father Destin, who turns a roll to 6.
Right, okay, so he does that once.
He can do it once per battle round. Yes, once per battle round.
So in your turn and in my turn?
Yes.
If for some reason it would come up in your turn?
Yes, for some reason.
Okay.
I always used to say it's once per turn, but it's once per battle round, but you only really use it in...
Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was Uhtred the Bastard who was the one that I had to worry about.
He reduces all damage to himself to 1.
Right.
And also can change a roll of a dice to 6 once per battle round.
Right, okay, but this is the man that's going to be causing me some pain.
Yes.
Righto, well, that is 2,000 points of the Leagues of Cheese. Let's get these armies out on the battlefield and go over mission. So here we have the field of battle after deployment. The Imperial Guard tank forces have deployed cautiously behind the big L-shaped ruins. On this flank, we have got 2 armoured fist squads led by Yarrick and a squadron of sentinels. In the middle, we've got the bulk of our heavy armour supported by another armoured fist platoon with the commissar there. And then on our left flank, we have got another tank commander, the Hellhound. So quite a bit of armour there. And then also 2 more armoured fist squads led by the Castellan. We've broken our force down into 3 distinct castles, each with its own fire support. Coming over to the Votann, we have got a little rapid reaction force with these Sagittars. I imagine there's a couple of 5-man squads inside them.
Yep.
Excellent. You've then got the Brokir Bastard Master, who is strung out there because of the abuse of the Lookout Cert rules, I believe.
Yes.
Excellent, very good. We've then got the Pizza Wagon and a big old brick. We say big old brick. I was running 20-man. I was running 6 20-man squads in the last battle report with Genes to the Call, and they died like shit. So
this is a 330-point 20-man squad.
Mine had a 3 in it. It was a 130-point squad. But my guys infinitely regrew. Your guys have to spend CP to regrow, don't they? Yeah. We'll see. But it's joking aside, it is a brick. It's a brick, and it's a brick.
Halfkin are overcosted. They're the most overcosted.
I think they're the one thing that probably didn't need a points increase in the FAQ.
No, I think they were fine at the way they are, but the fact they moved them up from, I think it was 11 points and now 14 points each or something. It's like... They should have increased everything else and then kept Hearthkin how they were, and then Hearthkin spam would have been fun and viable, but would have had the same weaknesses as any Horde army would have had. I'd love to run like 6 Hearthkin blobs, but if you do that, you've got 2,000 points done. So
exactly. But that was when I was tempted by the Votann. I was thinking of doing... I was going to go for the Squat Prospectors, use loads of them, and I was thinking... Hearthkin spam, but I love my hordes, so that would have been my vibe, but sadly not. Anyway, moving on, we've then got another rapid reaction force, some kind of Zulu-like tactic here, the Horns of the Buffalo. We've got the fast-moving flanks, and then we've got the bulk in the centre. Interesting, Tom. Was that done purposefully or just for a bit of fun? Yes. We'll let the viewers decide. I've sort of done something similar. I've got my fast-moving elements on my flanks, and then I've got my main heavy armor in the center. So we'll have to see if there's a big old... You can imagine, like, on the battlefield, there's going to be a huge slugging match over the center, and then, like, the faster forces trying to outflank each other. The race to the sea, maybe! There we are. Now, that is field of battle as a deployment. Now let's go through mission. The mission for today is Abandon Sanctuary. That is a 5 primary objective mission. The twist for this particular one is that you cannot do any pre-game moves into no man's land. You cannot do any forward deploys into no man's land either. This is actually something that affected both players. My Scout Sentinels couldn't do it, and your Zoomy Bikey boys couldn't do it either.
Still moving your own territory, just
not outside of it, yeah. And if you deploy well enough, you shouldn't really need to do it unless you've got some sort of 4D chess maneuver going on. So that was kind of the twist. Now, in terms of the secondaries, I actually had a bit of a tricky time. My list, as I mentioned earlier, it's an 8th edition list that I like to occasionally bring out and have a bit of fun with. It's not actually designed around secondaries because in 8th edition there weren't any. So my secondaries were actually tricky. I went for Flexible Command because that was an easy one. And then I had 2 tricky choices. I ended up going with Boots on the Ground. I don't think I'm going to score particularly highly on it. I think if I get 10 points, I'll do pretty good, but I'm expecting more like 8. And then I went for Retrieve Battlefield Data. And I went for Retrieve Battlefield Data because I figured I do have quite a bit of maneuverability. I don't need to score it. I can score it safely here and over there in the first couple of turns. And then I can have 5 turns with a couple of other units worming my way round onto other flanks to try and get that extra point, to try and get at least 8 points on that. So we'll have to see how that goes. And so that was my secondaries. Tom, what did you end up picking?
I went with Ancestors, which is a Leagues of Votann specific one. And then I went with Bring It Down and Raise the Banners as well. So
Banners is an interesting choice. You did Banners in our last game, and it didn't get many points. But you're hoping this time to be a bit more just move a movable object on those middle objectives.
It's just, I normally would just pick Prospects because it's just fun, but I just don't want to sacrifice units into you to get it. It's like, do it. So I'd rather just have like some points at the end of the game just to
whack it. I'm only joking. We'll have to see which one would have been, at the end we can try and work out which one would have been better. I think it's interesting when you're playing against Votann, having not ideal secondaries isn't the end of the world because they don't get particularly high scoring ones either. So I think most sides, the aim for both sides is going to be, we're going to blast the crap out of each other, and if we happen to score points, all the better. All right, so that is the mission, that is secondaries. Very briefly, I'm going to go over the terrain, guys. All of the L-shaped ruins, even these small ones here and here, all of the L-shaped ruins are going to be obscuring, so they are going to be line of sight blocking. If you get onto the base, you can start seeing through the windows. And then these large square ruins that you see here on the bases, these are going to represent forests. This is what we use to represent forests on our urban map. It is the concrete jungle. So they will be dense terrain and they will be difficult terrain as well. So -1 to shoot through and -2 to move through. I think Votann, you ignore that because you just walk through whatever terrain you want and you don't care and you ignore everyone else's rules.
Votann has every rule in the book.
Yeah, you guys look pretty nurgly to me, is all I'm going to say. So that is, I think, all of the pre-game stuff. Now, we just need to get our dice together and it's time for the Tray of Fate. So my guest, would you like to play first? I did it. As my guest, would you like to roll first? Yes, you would. Roll in the tray.
No, wrong.
He's oh dear. I didn't want to go first. There's a high chance I'm going to now. Ah! Come on, you bastard. Oh, it is a bit higher. No!
And his weighted dice coming to curse.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, it is going to be... The reason I didn't want to go first, guys, is both sides have done a very, very good job of hiding. And so if I end up coming out and exposing myself, not only will the police be knocking on the door, but also I will be opening myself up to a lot of firepower. So we're going to have to see. It might be a bit of a cagey one, but we'll be back at the end of guard movement and command, turn 1. End of guard movement and command phase, turn 1. We had a tentative advance. We've tried to move up the board a little bit, but we haven't been overly aggressive against these Votann guys because we just know that if anything that we expose has got a good chance of dying. So what we did is we ended up pushing forward with a couple of Chimera squads. We had one that came around here and moved up to this point here. Playing the angles, this big bit of L-shaped terrain should block it from most firepower coming in from this direction. We then moved another Chimera up here, moved and advanced it, and we were able to get it quite far forward. And the thinking is here that yes, the prospectors might be able to come out and jump on top of it, but I need to set myself up for a position where I'm holding some more objectives in the later turns, also retrieving some of that battlefield data as well. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Also, if Tom goes balls to the wall and comes flying in, I've got second line units that can lay the smackdown on them. The centre was pretty straightforward. I got the Commissar out, and then once he had with his squad, and once he disembarked, I went for Remain Vigilant because Tom does have the ability to do a turn 1 teleporter with his wannabe micro terminators, and that doesn't even cost him a CP because he's got the Brokir Bastard Master. So I was like, you know what? Let's just push that back. Let's not let that happen.
Just to say, guys, as well, there is another 5-man half guard unit in reserve, and then a couple of extra bits in the vehicles itself as well.
Yes.
So, just in case I forgot to mention that.
Well, you sort of had it in when you were laying the army out, weren't you? So we should be okay. But thank you for clarifying there, good sir, kind sir. Then over here, we took one of our executioners and we full throttled it over here. Now its bum is a little bit exposed, but the main firepower that could damage it would have been the Hecaton, and it's way out of range and line of sight for that, so we should be okay. And then we moved our Vanquisher back here so it could shoot from its little track, shoot from its little bum. We have been able to get a little bit of line of sight, just thread the needle through there. And the other thing to mention is the infantry squad here got out and retrieved data, and the Chimera that was here moved round to here and has taken a position along with the Devil Dog, the Bane Wolf, I should say. It's the Hellhound with the Chem Cannon. So everything, in terms of orders, everything received full throttle, except for this one squad here that received Remain Vigilant. Idea is we've pushed back some deep strikers, and we've got some of my assets in range of the middle board objectives. We'll have to see if it works. We've tried to minimize exposure units as best as we can. I was pretty careful. I checked to see the ranges and some of Tom's stuff. The Hecaton, because it's quite a big boy, is actually going to struggle to get any targets turn 1, but Tom can, of course, advance it 22 inches in one turn with its super advanced stratagem. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty NOS.
Yes.
NOS. A bit of NOS. So that is my movement. That is my command. We've retrieved a little bit of data over here, which is great. Now it's to go into the shooting phase. And also, guys, I've only got 2 shots. I've got the Vanquisher cannon and the Lads cannon from this tank going into the rear unit of Pioneers there. So, we might as well just do it in one big take.
They are Pioneers, not Grenadiers.
These are Pioneers. So, this tank has no rerolls. This is not my one with Elite Sharpshooters. I did not do reroll ones on himself, Gunner's Kill on sight, because I wanted to do full throttle here to push these guys up. This is just between me and the Dice Gods. It's like playing bot action. So let's see what we get. We're going to go with the Vanquisher cannon first.
Okey-dokey.
No.
You've got a CP.
I'm not wasting it.
Oh.
I'm not wasting it. And then I'm going to go for the Las Cannon. No. End of guard turn 1. That was it. Very cagey. We'll have to see what the Votann can do going into their turn 1. Votann turn 1 movement and command phase is over. And they've been a bit aggressive. But like me, they have decided to cage the elephant. And they've not been over the top with their movement. They have pulled forward with their prospectors, forming a line of light armor, hoping to dagger this Chimera and maybe even its contents to death. They also then teleported over their little Terminator blokes, and that was free, wasn't it? It's once per game, but it was free.
It was free only because the Brocade Thundermaster was within 6 inches of them, and it reduces that Wargame stratagem to 0.
Very nice, very tasty. So you've sort of done some clever redeploying kind of shenanigans without actually redeploying rules. So you're okay. Yeah. It's all good. Screw your abandoned sanctuaries. It's fine. So it also, this is a very clever play. It's allowed Tom to concentrate more forces on this flank than I originally thought he was going to be able to. So this is very strong. Now it's going to be up to me to try and regain the balance of power over here. The blokes here, the big old brick of death, has decided to sit on the objective, raise a banner, and basically go, this objective is going to be ours for a while until you start getting a bit more aggressive, Tim. And then over here, you went super speed, accelerated engines, whatever it's called.
Accelerated response.
Accelerated response, and you went zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And you did that with your big old land fortress, but you didn't move the Sagittars. No. You were like, if I don't need to expose them, I'm not going to.
You're just going to be my reserves, essentially.
Be your reserves. Very interesting. Okay, now obviously he cannot shoot. Nope. This turn. Can he accelerate every turn if he needs to? Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see what ranges he's going to be able to get next turn. He might be able to get within his 30-inch range. He might not be able to. Of course, we'll have to see. But your firepower is actually relatively limited. He's not going to be shooting. They're not shooting. He's not shooting. They're not shooting. It's actually just going to come over to here, and you're going to fire into my Chimera, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I have spent a CP for -1 to hit. That's with Smokescreen, because you had given these guys +1 to hit from the Forge Master because they are core. Amazingly, I think most things in your army are core. To be fair, so that he can
the only thing that I know isn't core is the Hecaton.
Okay.
And the characters, obviously.
Yes, of course. So they actually are core, which means he can give +1 to hit to core and to vehicles. So there we go. So I've used my -1 to hit to try and make these guys a bit worse, and I've used -1 to try and obviously put them back to where they were. Tom, who are you shooting with first?
I'm going to shoot with the Backbite squad over there into the Chimera. The reason for this is because if I hit with any of their weapons, I can light them up and put a token on them, which will give me 2 points if I kill it for my ancestor, and it will also give me, is it 1 or 2 points for bring it down?
They will be 2 points.
2 points.
The Sentinels are 1, everything else is 2.
And I'm automatically wounded on 6s, so I don't really need to do it, but I need it for the secondary, essentially.
Okay.
So this will be the magnifoil cannons that are firing into the Chimera.
Okay.
So it's hitting on 4s.
A couple of auto wounds there.
2 auto wounds.
And 1 regular hit. That's not going to be a wound.
No, it's strength 7. So
okay, I'm going to grab a couple of dice here. The AP, sir?
-1 on this gun.
Okay. Pass both. All right.
And then the
metal boxers.
The rotary cannon.
Now, this is the rotary cannon from the squad, or?
From the squad. It's just the same.
It fires a lot of shots.
Yes, it does. It fires 9 shots.
Wow.
So that is
1 auto wound on lots of it. Now, what's the strength of this?
This will be strength 6 or 7.
It matters, as I am to 7.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Here we go, boys.
Dun, 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 dun. It is Highlights Rotary Cannon, Strength 6.
Ah, so it'll be 5 to wound, sir.
5 to wound, sir.
Okay, so 4 wounds in total, I believe.
Wounds. And it is AP -2.
Okay, so I'll be on a 5th up save. Go on, you take your dice out. I'll have a couple more dice. Oh, ooh, none of them. Damage is 1. I'll take it. That is 4 damage. That means I will have 7 wounds left because Chimeras now have 11 wounds. A little bit of an improvement over the old profile.
And I'll go down to 2 CP because I'll spend a CP on Light Them Up because of my searchlight on the back, which means you just get a judgment token there, which is what I said before.
Okay.
And then moving on to the other...
We're going to go straight into the next squad.
I think, yeah, I'm going to go for the Herfkin now because they have... it has the judgment token on the Chimera.
Okay.
So,
these fired, just to be clear,
Yep.
and then these guys are going to be firing next, just for the viewers, because if we're just rolling dice into a tray, it might not be clear what it is.
Yes.
So, gentlemen, viewers, small furry creatures, Mouse Centauri, wherever you may be from, these are firing next into them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the half guard are going to fire, and I'm going to spend another CP, so I'm down to 1.
Okay, and I will keep a tally of how many wounds I've taken. I've so far taken 4.
Yes.
And we'll
these
put that
guys,
there so we don't get it mixed up.
It'll be 15 shots.
This from the Disintegrators.
This is from the Disintegrator Cannon.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, so that's 5 left out. And these will be hitting you on freeze because you've done the minus.
I have indeed.
Flip, and I've spent a CP, so they reroll everything.
Oh, okay, very good.
Sorry. So the Disintegrators will be hitting on freeze, mortal wounds on 6s. Lovely. So 4 mortal wounds so far.
Okay, so I've taken 8 wounds so far.
6 mortal wounds so far.
Okay, that means I've got a wound left.
And then these guys hit. And this is, so that's 2 more wounds. AP nothing on this guy.
Okay. Huh. Oh, I'm all right. Got to do that slow roll for the suspense and also maybe CP. Now, is this a lot of grenade launches?
This is a lot of grenades.
Okay.
So this will be 5d6 grenade launches.
Oh, not your usual performance.
7 plus 5.
12.
Good, thank you very much, calculator man.
I'm like Rain Man when it comes to counting dice.
So,
that's not how I describe myself. That's how Commando James describes me in our bot action battle reports.
So again, these will be hitting on freeze, but real on everything. So auto wound, and these guys miss. But you know what? I'm going to fish today. First catch of the day.
Oh, he's going for more auto wounds.
Yes. First catch of the day.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, before you roll those wounds, I'll roll the autos because it might save us some time.
Okay.
I've only got 1 wound left.
Go on.
What is the AP?
AP -1.
God, I wish I'd taken industrial efficiency. And he's dead.
Okay.
There you go. So that's why it saves a bunch of time.
Yep.
So I will see how many of my guys die. So I've got 5 here. 1, and then I've got another 5. No, I need to roll 1 more, so I'm doing this in a bit of a special way. So 2 men have died getting out of the Chimera. Now, I'm going to have to be careful with how I place them, because I might try some shenanigans to deny you some line of sight stuff. So we'll be back in a moment, and we'll see if you get to shoot that final squad. Unfortunately, guys, the soldiers could not get out of line of sight, and they could not get out of range of the bikes, guns. They could jump out from not being in shotgun range, but it was the Magna guns and the rotary cannon was able to pick up the infantry. So in total, the bike squad and the wannabe Terminators killed the Chimera, and then this squad here finished off the unit inside. Tom used one of his abilities to transfer the judgment token from the Chimera over to this Chimera here, just passing that parcel.
The reason that 10-man squad over there died is because the pioneers over there heard him call them short when they got out of the vehicle, so.
I think you'll find the reason is you ignore light and dense cover.
I did.
What? What?
Do you know what? It's like what I said to you in the first part. Is that I just don't care.
You don't do rules. Rules are for other silly armies. That's what rules are. But that's pretty good. So not a bad. So I didn't take a huge amount of casualties. I lost a Chimera and a squad. I mean, this is the guards, son. I was kind of okay with that.
Acceptable losses.
Yes, exactly. But now it's going to go to guard turn 2. And I suspect it's going to be a bit of a beastie one. Bit of a brawler. So let's move over to guard turn 2. Let's rev up them engines. Let's crush these little stunties beneath our iron tracks.
Little stunties.
Let's see what we can do.
That's going in the book.
That's going in the book. Yeah. The Book of the Dead. That was terrible. Ha! Somehow that means I win. There we go. But no, we'll be back with guard turn 2 and with more terrible Mordian jokes.
Just to let you know as well, guys, I scored 2 for Ancestors for killing the Chimera and 2 for Bring It Down for killing the Chimera as well.
That is true.
That is 4 points to be in the first turn.
And I didn't score anything in the first turn because I retrieved some data, but you don't get anything for doing it with just 1 unit. So going on to my turn 2, I will get 4 points of primary. You are going to get 4 points for primary in your turn 2, most likely as well.
Yes.
So it's all to play for, but we will be back in a moment. It's time to go all in, ladies and gentlemen. No more cagey fighting. We are the Honourable Guard. We are the Emperor's true finest, and we shall smash these diminutive little stunties in one hammer blow. It's time for guard movement and command phase summary. I moved the Chimera that was here. Round here. I moved the Chimera that was here over to here. This squad has jumped out and has received some data. We then push forward this Chimera onto the objective, and it has got a squad inside. If that Chimera should fall, the men will go onto the objective. We then also move forward with the lads Cannon Sentinels, who are going to be taking aim this turn, and they shall be receiving reroll 1s from Yarrick himself. Speaking of reroll 1s, a couple of cheeky little tanky boys came around here, and in my command phase I was able to get reroll 1s on this Chimera and on this cheeky little Executioner as well. We have then, in the centre, we did a reverse move, beep, 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 and we put the Hellhound on the central objective. This is a risky manoeuvre, but the Hellhounds, they do like to take some risks, so it's not too bad. The thing is that Tom has a shitload of infantry behind there. He might be able to kill the Hellhound. I can just make it -1 to hit even if he ignores the dense cover. So that's suddenly like, oh, well, it gets me some points. It's going to get me 2 victory points anyway. And if Tom doesn't kill it, then it's going to get me loads of victory points in the next turn. I am going to be on 3 objectives. We've then, over here, we have moved forward the Chimeras into a position here. Now, I did think about going for more shots against the Hecaton, but I realised that if I had my Chimera here, then the beam weapon was going to start tagging both these tanks, and this would be very bad. Speaking of both these tanks, this is not the right move, but we've done it anyway. We've moved out, and we're going to try and get a blitz on the Hecaton. Now, the reason it's not the right move is this Vanquisher is literally a damage 0 weapon. It's going to continue to be damage 0 because of the Brokir Bastard Master. He can just, once every single battle round, just be like, reduce that damage by 0 for 1 attack. I only have 1 shot, so it's going to be a bit of a tricky thing. But what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to make Tom sweat. We're going to put all of the plasma here. We're going to put everything else from here into the Hecaton first. And if Tom does not use the reduced damage, I might get a damage 6 las cannon through. I might be killing it with all of the damage, like 3 or damage 4 plasma, whatever it is that's coming out of this thing. So it could really be that Tom gets halfway through like the plasma shooting and it's like, shit, I actually just need to fucking stop my Hecaton from dying now. At which point the Vanquisher is free to unload its anti-tank round into the Hecaton and try and get the kill. So it might seem crazy. Just, I'm not going to be shooting that Vanquisher first. That's the long and the short of it. So that is my movement phase, my command phase. I should say, obviously, these 2 tanks have got, he ordered himself to reroll 1s. It then spread on to all the squadron units. So actually, all of these guys are getting reroll 1s. Obviously, they're not able to see anything this turn. Likewise, reroll 1s here, take aim here, and there's and that actually covers most of it. I actually haven't done anything with this squad, but they are happily just going to remain vigilant in case some sort of teleporter shenanigans goes on and Tom tries to drop in here with a big old block of little 5 mini dwarves. So there we go. So hopefully that will, I might do a bit more spreading out. The idea is they are going to remain vigilant and block off this back line there. I should say these are the grudge tokens for that Chimera there. Okay, movement, command done, psychic done. Time for the shooting. Starting off with the Executioner, we are going to go with the big old plasma cannon into the wannabe Terminators, and the heavy bolters are going to go into the bikers behind. Now, Tom has spent a CP for transhuman physiology, or its Votann equivalent name.
Overcharged Shield Crest.
Overcharged Shield Crest. Is that once per game or every time?
It's just every... It's transhuman.
So yours don't get burnt out. Fair enough. So he has spent that. So I will only be wounding them on 4s now, but hopefully I'll get lots of auto wounds. So how many shots do I get from the Executioner? 5. It's not too bad. Not too bad. It's okay. Now we're going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s because of the dense terrain. Okay, so we've got 2 hits. And then we have got a reroll. Oh no, he's done a wound to himself. There we go. And then we've got a couple of wounds here. Oh, no wounds. That is it there. So now we're going to have to fire our heavy bolters. I was hoping for a bit more heavy lifting from him, unfortunately.
Which bikes are you going into?
The ones on the back.
Okay.
It's just going to be dense.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we've got a couple of auto wounds there. A couple more hits. These are going to... Oh, no, that's not going to hit that one. And then a reroll here. Nope. And then we've got a roll to wound. Nope. So just a couple of 4-up saves for me, please. Oh, taking 2 damage.
2 damage.
Okay, so that was the Exterminator. We're now going to go for the Vanquisher. And he's going to put everything into the rear bike squad.
Okay.
Because you are transhuman on the other guys. So he's going to go for his heavy bolters first.
Is he going through dense as well?
He is going through dense indeed. Now he's going to get an auto wound and a hit. And then they're not going to hit. And they're not going to hit. And then we've got... Nope, so one more 4-up save, please. Nope, so that is a bike dead. We're then going to fire the laser cannon. Not the laser cannon, the Vanquisher cannon.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously main, but reroll. It's a hit. It's an auto wound. It's straight through. It kills 1. Number of mortal wounds is going to be 3 as well, which is probably going to kill the last one.
Oh, wait, no. You need to do 1 more wound to me.
It's, it depends on the order in which you decide to take them, isn't it? So I'll go for the laser cannon now, which misses. The Stormbolter won't be in range. So that's the 2 big tanks there. We've almost killed one of those squads. What we'll do is we'll do a little bit of light shooting off camera from the various chimeras and whatnot. And then we'll be back once this flank has finished its firepower. But not a bad start. You know, every Votann model we kill is a significant blow to this army. If we can kill half of the models over here, I feel pretty comfortable about this flank situation, even with the potential reinforcements that Tom has in the bag. So we're going to do the chimeras and other little bits off camera, and we're back in just a moment. And once the dust had settled, we were able to do a respectful amount of damage to this flank. In fact, we were able to finish off the remaining biker over here and kill 2 more over here. In fact, there was just 1 bike left with 3 wounds. And Tom had spent a CP to make -1 to hit. My 3 Lascan Sentinels decided to open up, try and completely crush this side. I got a wound through. Tom couldn't do anything about it. And I rolled a big fat 1 for my damage. And that theme kind of continued for the rest of the turn. Because obviously this tank rolled poorly for the number of shots. This Vanquisher didn't do as much as I wanted it to. And then we came over to this flank over here, and I got a little bit excited and did my shooting off camera. But my Executioner rolled a 1 for the number of shots. How frustrating. So I re-rolled it, and I got a 2, which actually was a bit frustrating.
100%
but
better.
100% better. Then I unloaded everything with the Executioner and the Vanquisher into the Hecaton Land Fortress. And I was actually able to do... How many wounds was it?
It was 9, so he's on 7 wounds now.
He's got 7 wounds left. So I actually managed to do 9 wounds, which I was pretty happy with.
And he's on his big bracket now.
And he's on a low... But you are going to repair him?
Yes.
Yeah. But I was like, at least as long as I can not do more than 4 wounds, I'm happy. Because then it means I've actually done some lasting damage to him. But the thing is, the las cannon just missed, and I was like really hoping that was going to do something to make Tom use his damage dice there. And then the Vanquisher cannon got a hit, which was great. And I was like, right, all I need to do is get a wound on a 3-up, and even if Tom stops the damage, I can do D3 more wounds. And I just got a 1. And there's nothing I could do about it because I'd already used my CP reroll here. And it was just honestly,
You
I
can't
was...
reroll wounds against Votann.
Can't reroll wounds against... Oh, can't reroll wounds against Votann. Oh, I thought it was damage.
No, damage and wounds.
Oh, you can't reroll either. Oh, that's fine then. I don't feel so bad about it then. But the point is that, like, that has to be, guys, probably one of the coldest turns I've had in a while. All my random shot weapons were very slow.
Quite a few, like, whiffy saves.
But this was the thing. It kind of got balanced out by the fact that Tom's rolls were really bad. I mean, most of the damage done to the Hecaton were from heavy bolters, and even the heavy stubber got a wound through.
Yeah.
Like, you must have failed. I saw, like, 3 ones.
Yeah, there was like
3 or 4 ones came up on a 2-up save. So... it could be one of those games where everyone's just rolling cold, but somehow that balances it out. But the moment someone gets even a smidge of luck, they're going to win the game. So an interesting turn. Maybe the toxic atmosphere of this place is affecting us. I don't know, but definitely a bit of a cold turn from both players. In terms of points, guys, I lied to you last turn. I actually scored 3 points from Flexible Command. Unfortunately, I did not score 5 points for Flexible Command this turn because I didn't kill the bike. Unless he has to take a leadership test. Is he leadership 7 or 8?
8.
Oh, so he can't fail. So I didn't kill a unit this turn.
It might be.
Oh no, I did. I did kill a unit.
Yeah,
I did kill a unit. So I get 5 points. I get 5 points for Inflexible Command, and I got 3 points last turn.
So you're on 8 for Inflexible
I'm on 8 for Inflexible Command. Retrieve data. I've done it twice now, so I've got 4 points. And boots on the ground. I'm in 2 areas. I got 1 squad there, and I got 1 squad there. So I'm racking up the points, and of course I got the 2 points for being in the centre. So my total so far is 8 for Inflexible, 4 for R&D, 2 for boots. I've got I've got 6 on the primary in total, including the 2 bonus points. Going into your turn, Tom, you will be on 4 primary victory points, and then we shall see what else you do. So, a bit of a lightless turn for the guard. We'll see if we've done enough to manage to hold back the Votann. We'll see if our caginess is going to play off. We'll be back. Votann turn 2.
Did somebody shoot at us? It's time for us to show these tall people how we do it in the Votann.
The Hecaton has come forward, and it is angry that I dared to shoot it with my tanks. Although I have to say, the Vanquisher was just like a big clang off the hull. They're like, oh, bloody hell, Boris, that thing might have actually yours. We better deal with that bloody Vanquisher. And then you've obviously, of course, you've moved out with the moon buggies. You have been very aggressive too.
Yes.
Hopefully your dice was cold as mine, so that your aggressive push is about as effective as my aggressive push.
Well, we both spoke to each other off camera and went, this would be a really uninteresting battle report if we both played how we should play.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically we've said to each other, it's like, well, we have to sort of...
We have to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Aggressive but not stupid.
Yeah.
But, so you've moved out, you haven't quite gotten to the objective, but you have moved out with your Hearthkin there. You're hoping to bring enough firepower to bear to destroy my cheeky Hellhound. If he lives, he is going to fucking turn them to goo. And then you retreated with your biker, which I was actually quite happy with. Yes, it's a unit I can't kill. Yes, you're going to hold that objective, but
It also
essentially
means I got it for the late game as well.
Yeah, but from my point of view, it's a unit taken out of the fight. So even though I didn't finish that squad off, the effect is I've finished that squad off. Yes, exactly. And apparently, I asked this question last time, but Casavac and Medevac is basically the same thing. So there you go. I think one is like Casavac is you getting them out of the immediate area, and the Medevac is then you get on the chopper and go back to hospital for tea and medals and all that kind of stuff.
Tea and medals. Yeah.
Or, if the war wasn't particularly popular, to ridicule by the local populace. Anyway, moving on. We then reinforced this flank over here. So I thought, oh yes, there's only one squad here. Tank company should be able to deal with that. And Tom was like, I like disintegrators. Disintegrators, disintegrate. And I was like,
intensify forward firepower!
I was like, oh God! Oh God! So I feel I could have dealt with 5, 10. Mother of God.
My God.
My God. So I think the plan is that Tom is going to try and do some pretty significant damage to my units over here. We're going to get into a bit of a firefight. This fight is now on. Can my armoured forces here deal with these cheeky little Terminators? Now, of course, Tom has got a lot less models here, but most of my weapons are AP -1. And so, of course, he will be able to ignore most of that. So I'm going to be looking to him to keep rolling them 1s in order for me to do much damage. And they reduce damage as well, I believe. So really very attritional situation over here. Yeah, very attritional. But the big guns definitely going to have to pull the finger out. We've then got... So that's the situation over there. Of course, we've got a bit of a brawl going here. The Hellhound will probably die. If it lives, it'll be hilarious. And then we've got the big fight. Now, Tom has managed to keep his Hecaton in range of his...
two main guns.
Of his two main guns, but also with the of the broke here bloke. So that the bloke here. So if he, which means that even if I shoot him with my Vanquisher again next turn, he will be able to turn that damage off. If he and assumingly he goes after the plasma rust there. So it's a bit of a funny one. It seems pretty equals pequals. The Guard definitely are on more objectives. If the Votann don't achieve what they want to this turn, the Guard may find themselves with a surprise little boost in primary. But let's see if the Votann can do it. We'll go over to their shooting phase right away. Starting off with the Hekachonk. He's on his full profile. Where's he going? Over here?
Yes, so he's going to go into the... he's going to put both of his guns into the plasma, dude.
I'm going to spend a CP for...
Reduce damage by 1?
I can't do that, unfortunately. I'd love to do that, which would guarantee he would survive.
Okay.
But instead, I'm going to spend it for smoke launchers.
Okay, -1 to hit.
Unless I go for Vengeful Salute when he dies. Oh, baby! Kill me! Stop trying to hit me and hit me! Let's go! All right.
Okay, so no smoke launchers.
No smoke launchers.
Okay. So the beamer then, he's hitting on 2s.
See, it would have been a waste of time using the smoke. So there you go.
Yes. And
one auto wounds and 2 explosions.
Yeah, 2 explosions. So one.
That just goes
one
away.
Auto wounds,
yeah.
And then these guys.
Toughness, strength.
Strength is, I believe, it's 9.
Ooh, we'll have to check because it matters.
It does matter.
It does matter.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk yourself, viewers. So, did you watch the game last night? I don't know which one. I don't follow
Ludicrous
sports.
display last night.
Ludicrous display. Think about that sport team that you're trying walking in.
It is strength 8.
Oh, it's only 4s.
There is.
Come on, survive. So
survive.
3.
Yep.
Oh!
Damn these eyes, sir.
Tom, please. I had a cold turn. All right.
-3, flat 4 damage each.
Yes. So,
Yes, it is.
4 damage. 8 damage. He's going to live. Potentially. Depends what the other gun does. Oh, he's taken 8.
Yes.
He has got 5 wounds left, sir. I don't know if you want Vengeful Salute to go off or not. I feel like you don't want it to
No,
go
not
off.
really, to be fair. Yes, so
I refrain from firing my other weapons.
Also, we did not.
Tom, please.
Baby, what the heck?
Please, Tom.
What the heck?
Please, Tom. I had a very cold turn. This is not allowed. This is so unfair.
Why is it not possible? No, these are strength 7, so,
So
it'll be 5
5s. Okay, you know what? I'm actually that balanced out. The AP, sir.
-2 damage each.
Okay, so I've got 5 wounds left. First one is a pass. Second one is a pass. So he's going to live. Here's a fail.
Will he though?
He's a fail. 1 wound left.
Well, very nice.
1 wound, and there's no other firepower that can get to him. I don't believe there is.
I don't believe so.
1 whole wound, baby. I'll take it.
I'm autocannon range, but I don't think I am.
Ooh, please. Survive.
Yeah, it's 24 inches. So
Yes, you beauty. There we go.
Double check this.
I think would the Magna Railgun have been able to finish the job? Maybe. What's the damage on the Magna?
It would have been D6 plus 2D3.
Oh, so it's actually very similar.
4, and you can't take any.
You would have killed me with the Magna.
God damn it, sir!
God damn these electric sex pants! Right, that was interesting though.
That was interesting.
I was just like, I was all in to just be like,
it was unlucky
smoke
for me not to
screen.
get any wounds with the extra.
But you got 4 autos, you prick. I think that probably works out to about right. I had this like epiphany moment where I was like, Vengeful Salute. Of course, I'll just fucking smash him.
When you said -1 to hit, I was like, yes, please.
No.
If you get Vengeful Salute off, then I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Imagine if you'd gone for the Vanquisher and I Vengeful Saluted it with it, and then you were like, or you'd used your reduced damage there to survive it, and the Vanquisher's like, now is our time, brothers! Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We'll have a little pause so everyone can catch their breath from the excitement. But we are going to be going with Disintegrators into this flank. Starting off with the front squad. They are going to be re-rolling all hits thanks to a command point. Can you remember what that's called, by the way? Or is it? So you don't need to. It's fine. It's a command point of full re-rolls, and you are going into.
It's something kin.
Something kin.
Something kin.
Purging with my kin.
Purging with my kin.
There we go. And you are putting everything into this chimera, but that chimera is in the dense.
It is in the dense.
And you actually have to obey these rules. Weirdly, it's a very strange feeling. So you will be hitting on 4s. You haven't got +1. Hit on 4s, full rerolls. Okay, let's go.
So this is the disintegrate ones.
Go away, 6s. Go. Are you going to go for 4? Oh, he's going for the 4 rerolls.
Of course I am. It's the disintegrator.
Oh, Emperor! Okay, I feel like I've got off slightly okay. Yes, I think that's worked out okay.
Yes.
And then these will be wounding me on 5s, I assume.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
No,
if it ain't an auto wound, Tom is not interested. So that's just 5 mortals straight up.
Wounds,
5 mortals. I'll just keep a tally of that there.
Punches.
Ooh. Once again. That's literally 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever seen you roll. This is a weird game, man. We are both doing very unusually.
Oh,
What?
Do you know what I've just realised? I should have been just auto wounded on 4s, 5s, and 6s.
Why?
Because he's got 3.
You got 3 more wounds then. You would have.
Sure?
Yeah, because you only had to roll 3 wounds before, didn't you? So when you got 5 auto wounds,
Yes.
and there were and when you did 4 rerolls, there were 3 wounds you had to try and.
Let us know in the comments.
I know what it is. No, sorry, I was working it out. It's 3 wounds you had to try and roll for, right? But you were hitting on 4, so they would have just auto wounded me.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got. So what's the AP on it?
Nothing.
There you go. Do 1 more wound to me, so I'm up to 6. There you go. Yeah, no, if we can catch it easily enough.
2 more wounds, 8 minus 1.
Take 1 more, so 7 wounds in total. 4 left. That was the first squad, was it?
Yes.
Wow, I feel like I've got off quite lightly there.
I think so.
All right, well, we'll be back in a moment once I've stopped doing my victory dance, and we'll come back for the second squad. So we've marked the Chimera up. It got away with bloody murder, but will it dodge, duck, dip, dive, and disintegrate again? Second squad coming in, this time hitting on 4s, but no re-rolls. Tom just rolled 4 6s, and you've got it. Only 1.
9, sir.
Oh, ooh, it's a cold turn.
But that is a load of auto wounds.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, I forgot about that bit.
That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 auto wounds.
Did you pick up the mortal wound? Because that's a mortal wound.
Yes, sorry.
So is it 8?
8.
I thought
There
so.
we go.
Look at him, he's bloody whack. I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
Not trying hard enough.
I'm sure everyone's got very upset with my slow rolling, so I'm just going to roll these all at once.
Okay.
Ah!
So you failed 2.
2 wounds, okay.
And then D6.
Grenade launches, can he get more than a 2? There he is, he's back in business.
Back in business.
But, and these are auto wound as well, so you've almost certainly got him. I've got 2 wounds left.
20.
We'll just keep this here so the viewers can understand how many wounds we've got to play with. 20. Demordian.
20. Hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 4s, I think
Wounding
you'll
on
find.
4s as
God,
well.
it's so bad. Oh, just wound on 4s. I'll just interact with one of the mechanics of the game. It's like, Jesus Christ. How many?
It's Jason Bond.
It's Jason Bourne.
11 wounds, 8 minus 1.
Well, yeah, you got him. There you go.
Frontline infantry.
Frontline infantry. Now,
Yes.
the big question is, explosion! No. And then we'll roll for people dying, and we'll be back in a moment. So we will remove that model. He has died. We'll get the infantry out, and we'll see what the final result looks like. And then we'll be back in just a moment. Once the squad had clambered out of the tangled remnants of the Chimera, one of them unfortunately didn't make it, but the rest of them have managed to get onto the objective. We then finished off the shooting phase off camera. The Hearthguard blasted everything into the Hellhound, and they managed to kill it with... They didn't manage to kill it. It was the Carl that then finished it off. It's a bit of a shame.
Well, just to tell you as well. So, I'm so used to auto wounding with the Votann that I forgot to pick up the 4s that were actually hits and then just roll them to see if I wounded. And so it ended up being 17 auto wounds, but then
Probably a load of ones you
It was
missed
like
out
a few,
on.
like maybe like 10 or something else.
Yeah.
It was something stupid, and I was just like, whatever, just.
Carl will finish off. You had these as well to do it,
Yeah.
so the Hellhound was definitely going down. It was just a... Oh, did it explode? Because it might actually have been in range of your guys. It does. Explodes on a 5. So we'll see how many mortal wounds it does to the Hearth Guard.
3.
It's either 6 or 3. It's very explosive. I'm going to check, and we're back in a second. So it's only D3. So Tom has taken 2 on a sergeant and killed him, and 1 on another squad as a member as well, which means you will actually now only be leadership 7, and you have lost.
Would it matter if I didn't take the sergeant off?
Yes, because you'd lose 2, be leadership 8, and therefore, even if you roll a 6, you wouldn't exceed your leadership, and you wouldn't lose anyone else.
So it is better for me to just leave the sergeant in.
It's better to lose 3. Oh no, because you'll lose 3 blokes. It's the same either way. It's the same either way.
If it's the same either way, I'll put the sergeant back in then, just because he's got a 4 up invul.
So you're going to lose 3 blokes.
Lose 3 blokes.
And now you're going to roll a leadership test.
I'll take these special.
And if you roll a 6.
Well, it's not the end of my turn yet, Tim.
If you roll a 6.
It's not the end of the turn.
Just do it now.
No.
Okay.
I'll keep the
suspense. Okay. So that exploded over there.
Mm-hmm.
We do now. The reason Tom takes at the end of his turn is he does have a cheeky charge of it. I don't know what you need, but why don't you roll it and see if it's particularly high? Now, do you have any command points?
No.
No. So this is just it. Now, you will not need to go over the den, so you'll be okay in that regard.
I'll do the.
They're both probably equally far. Ooh, he might be a little bit closer.
I'll do the one closest to me then. First.
Okay. That won't be enough. No way, Jose.
And the one furthest away.
That won't be enough. No way, Jose.
Simples.
I've held an objective! Men! Victory is ours! Yes!
Do I get
Fantastic.
additional points for killing something on the... I think it is, isn't it? Recover
Yeah, you get 2 extra points.
Okay.
You get 2 extra points.
Both on 6 for primary right now. That's amazing.
Wow.
And then that'll be the end of my turn then. So let's see the...
The big morales. The big morales. Roll a 6, you bastard. Nah.
So what?
Can't that be a cheese and occult dice?
I'm always really good with my morale tests.
You are,
As it
you
should.
are.
I roll 4 ones in a row morale.
So there's only 17 left there now.
Yes. Only 17. Nice.
Interesting. Okay, now I feel like that turn could have been a lot worse for me. I feel like I was expecting a lot more of this flank to collapse. Likewise, I felt like one of these tanks was not going to be here. I'm now going to be going up to 2 command points, which is pretty good. And so he'll be acting on top bracket. But also, most importantly, at the end of your turn, you will tally up the points. So you are on 6 for Bring It Down now.
Yep.
Ancestors, I'm not sure what you're on.
6 for Bring It Down?
You've killed 3 vehicles. 2 chimeras and a hellhound.
Oh, I have, haven't I?
Yes.
Amazing.
So you're on 6 for that.
Yeah, I'm on 5 for Ancestors and 1 for Banners.
1 for banners. Going into my turn, I will gain 8 whole victory points for holding 2 objectives. And, Tom, I don't mean to alarm you. Technically, I hold more than you.
Yes.
12 victory points.
Yes.
Oh, God, it's the big 12. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Yes, he said I didn't have enough infantry. Tom's like, I think I've got more infantry than you. He's like, I got enough. I got enough. If every man jack of them dies, it's all right. Okay, so we will be back going into guard. Turn 3. The great push continues. Drive them, men. Drive them. I've decided to be very aggressive this turn. I think now is the time for the hammer blow. I've said that turn 2. It was like a little rock hammer from Shawshank Redemption. That was the kind of blow that we did. But maybe it'll be a bit of a rubber mallet blow now. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, I've decided to be quite aggressive. What I've done is I've driven forward with my tanks, sir. That's my style. So upon sighting the enemy, I advance, sir. That's my style. We're doing the Tom maneuver. We're being aggressive with the tank. So thinking is, he is now touching that bit of dense, so he can see through here and hopefully just annihilate a couple of these bad boys, backed up by his faithful compadre, the plasma tank, who will, of course, he has done a wound to himself, by the way, but who will, of course, also be going through dens. Between the two of them, hopefully they will be able to achieve something. And then, of course, I've got all my laser cannons and all of the pitter-patter of other firepower fingers crossed, I will be able to at least kill the majority of one of these squads. That's kind of the vibe. I know Tom has some transhuman stuff in the bank. We're going to try and make him use that elsewhere. Or we're going to try and spread our firepower out so he's not sure which squad to do it on. We're going to try some tricks. We've also kept the infantry squad here. There's no point in exposing them. They're getting me some boots on the ground points. The infantry squad that was here wasn't able to retrieve data. It's just moved as far forward up as it can. And it will be essentially providing a bit of fire support here. But it's also in a new table quad. And it will be doing boots as well. Which means that, because boots is different to engage, you don't have to be a certain distance over a table quad. You just have to be in a table quad. So we've got 2 boots points there. I've then put this infantry squad here for boots points there. And then I have jumped out of the Chimera that was here with this squad here. I have managed to get just over the 3-inch line. I have retrieved the data. That means I've retrieved 3 lots of battlefield data, and I will be getting more boots points. 4 boots on the ground points. My God. He's only gone and bloody done it. There you go. So that was the exciting bit, basically. This Chimera, the infantry that was behind here jumped in this Chimera, and then the Chimera moved around to here. And then this Chimera, once it had unloaded its passengers, just moved onto there to get me more points. I'm just going for points, and I'm trying to do what damage I can to the Votann. I, of course, have made this guy act on top bracket. He has only got 1 wound left. So if he overcharges and kills himself, that would be hilarious. Hang on. If he overcharges and then kills himself, can he vengeful salute and fire again?
No way.
We're going to have to check that.
You know what?
We're going to have to check that.
Actually, just walk.
We're going to have to check that. If he can, I'm doing it.
That's not his intended.
I'm doing it. Oh, no, it appears I've rolled a 1. I guess I won't re-roll it. Vengeful salute again. Damn you, sir! As he goes down. So we'll have a look at that. That'd be hilarious. In terms of, speaking of orders, though, he ordered himself, which meant he got put reroll 1s on both of these. None of the Chimeras will have reroll 1s this turn. He did reroll 1s over here, and obviously he's got his inbuilt reroll for himself. And the commander here did take aim on this squad and did suppressive fire on this squad. I went for suppressive fire because I didn't think the lance guns would do much anyway, but I figured being able to make one of these squads -1 to hit is pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. Basically, I'm going to shoot them last, and whichever squad over here ended up getting transhuman and lives, I'm just going to be like, -1 to hit for you. Suppressive fire! So there we go. A different order. Normally, it's like take aim all the way, but suppressive fire is a good one to have in the back pocket. But there we go. That is my movement and command. It's going to be a biggie. Let's check out that vengeful salute strat and then get into the shooting phase. So we've checked it. It's in your opponent's shooting phase. That would be so good if it was. It was just like when in a shooting phase. Oh my God.
I was about to just be like, all right, I'm done.
I'm done. Fuck these fucking guards. So we die like men though. We're going to fully overcharge this guy on 1 wound. We're going to spend a CP for ingrained precision on him. And he's going to put everything he's got into the hackathon. I'm on 0 CP. Whoa. No! He's... Just roll more than a 1 for the random number of shots, please. Please. Okay, he's got an auto wound, 2 other wounds. If he doesn't get a 5 now, I'm going to be really upset. Okay, so he hasn't got a 5, which is a bit annoying, but I've got 1 auto wound, and that's it. So 1 auto wound on the Hekachonk. Yeah, no, so that is 3 damage. Which is pretty good. And then we've got the side plasma. Number of shots. Okay, I've got 4 shots from the side plasma. Okay, he's got 2 hits, but no, he hasn't killed himself yet, which is at least fortunate. But he hasn't got any wounds there. And then we've got a heavy blotter. We have got a hit with the heavy blotter. And we've got a wound with the heavy bolter. Okay, okay. It's only gone and done it. So 2 more wounds down. Oh! Okay. So now we're going to go and fire. We're going to fire the Vanquisher next. We're going to fire the Vanquisher. We're not going to fire the Vanquisher cannon, but we're going to fire the Vanquisher tank. So got a couple of heavy bolters coming in here. The bolters. Got a cheeky auto wound there. He will get to reroll 1s actually, and there was a 1 in there. Nope. And we've got 2 other hits. Nope. So 1 wound. feel it.
Oh my God! What is with my rolling, man? Oh!
It definitely is balancing out somewhat. Laser cannon. Laser cannon. No. And then the heavy stubber. 2 hits. Come on. No wound. No wound. And then, so I can't kill you. Well, I might be able to kill you this turn, but the Vanquisher. It's got a hit. Okay. It's got a wound.
Okay.
Now, that's going to do D3 wounds to you no matter what.
Okay.
But
Pass
I don't think you pass it. Do you have any vulnerable save?
Why is it?
It's AP 5. Oh, you would pass it on a 6. So you haven't had to use reduced damage yet, but D3 mortal wounds. Of course. Just the one. Of course. It's only what we can expect at this point. We are going to then fight everything.
All the little shots that I just...
I'll tell you what, the Chimera's just gonna... Oh, shit me, man. The Chimera's just gonna...
Oh, are you just...
I'm just gonna nudge my bum in there.
Are you cheating now?
No, I just knocked the model. The Chimera is gonna shoot into there.
Okay.
So we're gonna go for the good heavy bolter first. 2 hits. Gonna go for the good...
1 wound.
Toughness 5, strength 5. I think I found that's 2 wounds. Come on, you salty bastard. Yes! Yes, it's got 1 wound left!
What have you got to shoot?
What have I got to shoot? I've got another heavy bolter.
I'm just going to reduce
a heavy
that.
stubber. So you're just going to reduce that one. Okay.
I can't.
Okay. I just want to be honest. That might not be the best move. I don't want to gotcha you.
Why?
Because I've got a 72-inch range Vanquisher cannon over there. That's nothing stopping it from coming through and finishing the job.
Fine, I won't reduce.
Okay.
It. Cool.
And I absolutely would fucking do that. I'd just be like, right.
2 damage, yeah? So he's on 1
He's on 1 wound. The bad heavy bolter. Hang on. Cock dice. 2 hits. It's a wound. Tom, you have to roll the dice, Tom. Tom, you have to roll the dice. He's passed.
I didn't look.
You know what time it is? Get on that 50! Someone... Oh, I forgot the stubber from him. I've got 2 stubbers. We'll do his stubber first. Get on that 50! He's got an auto wound. Oh, actually, I can't remember if I did do his stubber or not. No, I definitely didn't. So that's 1 wound from him, and that's it. So one more glasses have fallen off. 1 2-up save from the heavy stubber, from the first heavy stubber. Oh. Get on that 50! Yes! Yes! The 50 counts!
I'm CPing it.
No! Don't do it, Tom.
I'm doing it.
Transhuman. You're transhuman.
No, I don't care.
You don't care. No, he's passed. I have a lot more to... I have a bit more to shoot you.
I don't... you know what? I'm done.
Okay. The next heavy stubber, this time from over here. Okay, it's got a hit. I can't believe you denied the epicness.
No.
That is the
I'm not having a stubber.
The get on that 50 quote,
not having
man.
a stubber.
Okay, no, that stubber didn't do anything. Okay, we've now got the Chimera's las gonna raise. There's 12 shots here. There's 3 auto wounds. There's 3 opportunity. If you have to use, I just want to say, if you have to use the reduced damage to 0 on a lasgun wound, I think you have to concede because that's just the ultimate dishonor.
I've just found so many stubbers.
Okay, it's 3 saves, Tom. 3 2-ups from the laser guns. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
I'm in pain.
Victory for me! It's still going. It's still going. Right, we'll do the bolter from the commander.
No.
No hits. Good. And I think that's all the firepower from there. I think it would be remiss of me, Tom, not to shoot this Chimera at him.
You bloody...
So the las guns, if they're in range, will go into him as well. If not, they'll go into there. But we'll do the other bits first, because I know the stubbers and stuff are going to be in range. Heavy bolter. I'm in the dense as well, so I won't need to reduce my to hit. So that is all 3 hits, one of those being an auto wound, sir. 1 wound. Another 2-up save, Tom. Another 2-up save. Oh!
Mate, I'm so on edge.
The bad heavy bolter. I've got a hit.
God.
It is a wound, sir. Another 2-up save.
Oh, I saw the 1.
The heavy stubber. Get on that 50. Jesus Christ, Sergeant Pillar. He's fucked up.
How far is this stubber?
36-inch range. That's an auto wound and 2 hits. It's 2 wounds, Tom. It's 2 wounds. Get on the 50. Come on. Come on, 50 cals. Come on. No. Ah. Can you measure 24-inch range for me? Can you measure the 24? As the crow flies, sir. As the crow flies. No, I'm out. Okay, so the last guns will go there. We'll do that off camera. We have reduced the Hekachonk down to but a single wound. Ooh. Mighty tempting, sir. Mighty tempting target. What we'll do, guys, that was a pretty long cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do lots of shooting over here off camera. See what we had. Tom hasn't got any CP to transhuman in these now, which is going to be interesting. And I very well may prang a cheeky las cannon and vanquisher over into the Hekachonk. We'll see. We'll see. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. So once all the dust had settled, there was still a sergeant left from this squad. He will be -1 to hit because he did receive the firepower from my squad here that had suppression fire. A little bit of a mistake on my end. I should have really just put that squad into there, but I probably actually couldn't have drawn a line of sight, so it's not the end of the world. I didn't end up putting any more firepower into the Hekachonk. Tom reminded me that he hadn't actually used his Brokir Master's ability to reduce the damage to 1. If he had already used that, you damn fucking right, I would have yeeted over the Vanquisher round into the flank of that beast. But as it was, I was not able to. So that was basically my shooting phase. Oh, I should say all of the heavy bolters and stubbers and stuff, I thought about piling them in here, and I've realised that Tom's sort of started making 2-up saves now. So I didn't want to just basically waste my time. So I actually ended up putting all of the little firepower into here, and they actually ended up losing 7. So they've lost 9 in total this turn from the explosion, and then also all the little bits of firepower. So I'm whittling, sir. Whittling. Also, it means that if Tom wants to try and regrow them back, he's going to have to use his CP there. And I'm going to make it really tricky for him to think about how he's going to use his CP, because I'm going to go to my charge phase. And yes, get up off the floor. I will be charging. These Sentinels are going to charge both these squads. The thing is, they only do 1 damage each in combat. I've worked out that even if Tom hits with every single attack and wounds with every single attack in his turn, in this fight phase, I've got 21 wounds in this squad. So he won't be able to wipe the unit out, which means when it goes over to his turn, they will be locked in combat. And if he can't fall back and shoot or charge or anything like that. He has a CP if he wants to shoot into combat, try and free them up. But that is it. So that should hopefully make his life a little bit trickier.
Miserable.
So let's see if we get the charge off. Oh yes, those Sentinel pilots. Do you want it? Do you want it, baby? So they're going to go into here, and they're going to charge into here as well. There we go. There we are. So that should be pretty good. We won't bother doing that on camera because my Sentinels aren't going to do anything, and it's just to see how many of them actually survive, basically. Survive! So end of that turn, like I said, we'll do the bits off camera, but the end of that turn, basically, I did all right on points. I got loads of points for retrieve data. Mm-hmm. I got loads of points for boots.
How many would you be on boots now?
I'd get 4 points this turn. I'm in all 4 table quarters, baby.
Sweet. So you've got... so you're on 6 for boots right now.
So even if I just sit in these 2 table quarters for the rest of the game, I'll get my 10, which is kind of what I was aiming for. If I get any more than that, I'll be pretty happy. And then retrieve data, flexible command. This turn, did I wipe a unit out? I didn't kill a unit this turn. Didn't quite manage it. This chap may flee, but I don't think that'll count. And there obviously might be some fleeing of them. I didn't quite clear it, so I won't get 5 points for flex, but I will get 3. So I should have got 3 turn 1, 5 turn 2, and 3 this turn as well. And that means I should be on 11. in total. So I'm happy with Inflexible. Again, if I don't do anything else, pretty much, I will be okay for maxing it. And I hold the center as well. Here, you guys might think it's a bit of a weird one, giving these points up here. I'm kind of holding the center, expecting to lose it. But if I just let Tom hold the center, I'm not going to get any of my bonus points there. So kind of lets me get a few bonus points going on. All right. I tell you what, Tom, like I said, just do the... I'll do all my... I'll tell you what, I'll just do the morale here, and then we'll wrap the rest of the turn up off camera.
Okay.
So just do you want to roll that dice there?
So the morale from guys.
You needed
6.
a 1. That's not going to be enough.
Re-roll it because it was not Urani.
Oh, he's only gone and done it. You get to re-roll it. Very nice. So do you get...
I get 3 traits for being Urani Regulates.
That's so annoying. You get Born Soldier plus 2 other things.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do the rest of the... I will try and step on this guy because if I kill him, it will get me 2 more points. But we'll do that off camera, and we will more than likely be back in Votann turn 3. We're going into Votann turn 3. They are going all in. This is the time to crush the tall people. This is the time to show them that they should never have come to this world, the foolish, younger race that they are. Well, I'm a younger race in the law, I imagine, but probably, definitely the newer race in terms of tabletop codexes. So we could both argue that we are the elder race here, but there we go. Of course, I wouldn't argue that I'm Eldar, because Eldar are Xenos and Xenos are scum. Anyway, moving on. The Hecaton has been healed. Once again, it has cheated death. It is healed.
Death.
It has moved forward here. It then, before I did that though, it did jump out with the exosuit guys. I was remarking how little of Tom's armor I've actually killed. I killed some bikers, but not all of them. I've killed some Terminators, but not all of them. And I've killed some infantry, but not all of them. So, yes, it's been I've not through lack of effort, but just through the fact that this is the difference between facing a non-armor contempt army and an armor contempt army. Yeah, it's basically what it comes down to. Obviously, it's not armor contempt, it's void armor for you, but you know what I mean. Now, so they jumped over there. The 2 squads that were chilling in the moon buggies have jumped out, ready to cleanse this objective. And the ECOG man has jumped out, and he's ready to just support whoever needs it. Biker man from Mars, still chilling. And you've got your now quite badly whittled block of infantry sitting on the home objective, on the middle objective there. Yes. So doing very well. So the middle and the right flank from your perspective is looking pretty tasty. The left flank, struggling a bit. You had to stay in combat over here. You are not going to use the CP, I don't believe, to shoot into combat or anything. No. Not really thinking about it. Just going to try and hack your way out. Should say that I did lose 1 sentinel and took 2 more wounds, but as I predicted, I was able to weather the storm. So they're kind of locked down now. And it really is putting Tom in a slightly tricky position because by securing a couple of objectives, it does allow me to sort of farm them primaries as much as I want to, basically. I do imagine both of us will end up on max or near max primary by the end of the game anyway, but it's going to come down to some secondary shenanigans. Either way, this is the Votann movement and command phase. They have gone very aggressive. You can see there's very little in their backfield now. We'll have to see what they do in their shooting phase. We're back in just a moment. We're going to start off with the Hekachonk. And Tom is being most devious. He is putting the autocannon into the 1 wound tank and then everything else into the Vanquisher. He's really hoping that this guy dies and explodes, because if he doesn't, it's a Vengeful Salute. You don't really care so much about this one Vengeful Saluting, because you'll just go lol, reduce damage, lol. And it's once per battle round you went second. So it means nothing. Which
is why I'm going to shoot that guy first and save the autocannon for the...
very clever. All right, carry on.
Yes. So I'll start with the beamer into the Vanquisher. Hitting on freeze. So
that is a miss.
1 hit. Turns into 2 hits. And then...
Winning on 4s.
Winning on 4s. Ooh. Do I just CP 1 now?
Ooh. What do you mean? Is it a CP to just get an auto wound?
No, just CP to re-roll 1. To see if I get 4 hits instead of 2.
Oh, it's true. You might need that CP, but it's your call. I can't influence you. Your heart must tell you the route. 5.
I just hate that Vanquisher.
It's not going to do anything to you. It's done nothing all game.
Oh, fine. I won't. 4s. So
One
one
wound.
AP -3.
Okay. Hooah! Okay, I do take it. So 4 damage. Okay. 4 damage.
And then the cannons, bolt cannons.
Various cannons. Oh, there's a lot of 1s and 2s in there.
There's a lot of 1s and 2s.
And not many auto runes. In
Not
fact,
many-
no auto
auto
runes.
runes.
That's very good for me. 1.
And then
It's not strength 8.
strength is 7 now.
I'm going on a wild fucking
Yeah.
limb and go that it's not strength 8.
No, it's not strength.
I'm okay.
Sweet.
He's taking it on the bloody chin, but fellas, I always said bellas or bollocks. I couldn't remember what I was going to say.
Bellas?
So 4. Well, that means I will have 9 wounds left. Come on, come on, Vanquisher, you can do it, man. You can do it, lad. Okay.
And then the Martyr autocannon into the plasma tank dude.
Oh
Nice.
dear, there's an auto rune there. You probably didn't want that, did you, Tom? There
There
was 2 regular wounds. 2 regular hits.
2 regular hits, yeah. Okay, sweet.
2.
2 wounds.
Okay.
AP -2, 2 damage each.
He's alive.
Very good.
He's dead.
Does he explode?
No. Vengeful salute! Vengeful salute! We're gonna do it right into that fucking bugger right there. Right there. Okay, come on. He's finally rolled a decent number of shots. Okay.
It's time in the sun. That's what you need.
Come on. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I roll these right-handed. I'm very superstitious. Okay.
Here he comes.
Here we go. Oh! By the way, I am obviously overcharging, just to be clear. Oh no, I killed myself. Sadly, I didn't have another CP for ingrained precision. There we go. So, 3 wounds, sir. 3 wounds.
Failed 1.
He's failed 1. That will be 3 damage. He's got 2 wounds left.
That's okay.
2 wounds!
2 wounds.
I can do it! I can fucking feel it! I'm gonna do him! I'm
While we're
gonna
here,
do him!
I'll go with the Chimera, these guys into the Chimera there.
Okay.
With the Graviton Blast Cannons.
Okay.
So that is 8 shots.
Okay.
6, 7, 8.
Is it D6 per guy?
D6 per guy.
Okay, cool.
So that's many hits.
No auto runes again.
5s and 6s.
Okay, not bad.
So that is 3.
Okay, now how much damage are these?
AP -3. What's the save on a Chimera?
3.
3 damage.
Damn, you know what I was hoping?
What?
4 damage. I fail them all. I explode. Take out the hecaton.
No.
What's the AP?
3.
Okay, so I fail it. So it's got 2 minutes left.
Okay. Then the Broker is going to shoot the Chimera as well. He gets 2 shots, and any 6s deals 2 more.
Could explode.
Could. That is 2 mortal wounds onto the Chimera.
Okay. Come on. Emperor.
No.
Emperor! No! Okay.
Whew!
I just need some luck to go my way, fellas. Come on.
What do you mean? You're winning the game in a minute.
It means nothing. It's turn 3. 2 guys, unfortunately, don't make it out of the wreckage. So we'll deploy those in a second. In fact, we'll have a little cut there because we've had a lot of excitement. We'll be back in just a moment. Commissar Cat Carlos here to oversee the proceedings. I'm doing my best, my lord. I'm doing my best. Speaking of doing my best, you had an all right remainder of your shooting phase.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess.
All of your infantry piled into my infantry over here, and I got kind of lucky on the saves in this squad, and so they're still alive, and then this 10-man squad's like, we can do it, and then they all died horribly. And then your remaining shooting really was those Sagittars, and they put everything they could into the Lehman Russ, and I just kind of took most of it. As in, by took most of it, as in I didn't take the damage, I just sort of absorbed it. It was kind of interesting. The first Sagittar came in and did 4 wounds to me, and the second one came in and did more, successful wounds. But I just passed all my saves. It's kind of, with me and Tom were saying off camera, with Lehman Russes, it's one of those things where sometimes you don't have a vulnerable save, but just having toughness 8, 2+ save, and a shitload of wounds makes you just quite durable. And that's what we've definitely found in that little example there. Like a couple of autocannons went in, and they just didn't do what they wanted to do. So there we go. Okay, so now you have your charge phase, sir. Now, what are you doing?
So the Brokir Iron Master's going to charge him there.
I'm not saying you won't kill him. I'm saying it's damn risky, sir.
Why?
Because I might be able to kill him.
If you pile the vanquisher right up.
Well, where else are you going to go?
The Brokir Forge Master's going to charge him. 6.
Do you ignore dense?
He will do.
And then you're fine.
So it'll be, his ecogs and that will be in there as well. The next squad over there is going to charge in as well. 5.
That should be fine.
Just
To get
sure.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then the next squad's going to charge into them as well.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then the centre squad is going to charge into...
Do you need to charge?
Not really.
I can just shoot in combat and all.
Yeah, no, they're not going to charge him. Never mind. Never mind.
All right, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do those charges. It's going to be a bunch of Votann wailing on a remainder of an infantry squad, so I don't think that is going to require the viewers to see that horrific display.
I will say. These guys are also going to charge into there.
Okay.
Because why not? Yeah.
Okay. So, you move all those charges in. Obviously, we've still got this fight going on over here, but technically I'm the defender, so I would get to step on you first, not that I expect to do much damage. So we'll do all of this combat shenanigans off camera. We'll summarise it. We'll come back with Tom's points for turn 3, and then we'll go into guard turn 4.
Yes.
Rather predictably, the infantry fell under the wave of tiny fists, but there was a lone officer in there who managed to draw his power sword, swashbuckle it into a Votann, who then proceeded to pass his armor save on a 6-up because void armor / arc attempt is fun. God, I'm so glad it's gone out of the game, man. And then over here, the noodle fight continued. I did no damage to the Votann. I actually have put 6 wounds on you at this point with my sentinels, but you've just gone, nah, fam. I decided to pass.
Too small, you keep missing them.
Yeah. And in return, you ended up killing one of the sentinels, but that's fine. We're okay with that situation. In fact, I might chuck another vehicle in there. There's no point in not just like keeping your pin down. Keeping your pin, baby.
Dog pile.
Yeah, dog pile. Like, you're going to max bring it down anyway. I might as well use it to my advantage. So that is the end of the Votann turn 3. Weirdly, we're going into turn 4 and we both actually got stuff left.
We both have like almost all of our army still left.
You've got more left than I do proportionally, but I'm not sure how I'm doing on points. I might be okay. But Tom, speaking of points, do you want to take us through your scores on the doors at the moment?
Yes, so I got 4 at the start of turn 3 for the primary, +2 for the mission secondary because I hold the centre. Then I got 4 for ancestors this turn. I got 5 for bring it down, and I got 1 for banners, bringing me up to 10 on ancestors, 12 on bring it down, and 2 on banners.
But you have raised another banner in there.
Yes.
That's where you did that with your Carl.
Yes, that was my
Carl. There we go. All right, so it's pretty neck and neck at the moment. The Votann might be about to get a big, stonky 12 victory points in their turn 4. Not much I can do about it. Bear in mind, guys, it also went second. So primary is definitely going to start swinging back towards them. I will get 8 in my turn, but we'll see how guard turn 4. Wow. Turn 4 goes. We're back in a moment. Guard turn 4. It's a biggie. I'm not sure I can do much to stop Tom scoring his points, but I can damn well make sure I score the points that I want to get. And so as a result, I move forward with the squad of infantry there. We've lined up along the wall, but it's not a firing squad. We are retrieving the data. I have managed to max out retrieve data, something I didn't expect to do. I was really hoping for the 8 points. Being able to max it out is more points than I was expecting. And also, I'm still going to be getting 3 points for boots on the ground. So I should, in theory, as long as I can keep a couple of squads going around, I will have maxed out in Flexible Command. I will max out R&D, and I might even do very well on some boots on the ground. I might be able to get 11 or even 12 points on boots. We'll have to see. Either way, we've definitely got 10 in the bank now. Not too bad at all. But in terms of other movement, I moved this Chimera up to here. We're going to continue operation holding up the wannabe Terminators and just pray that they go away or are stuck there for the rest of the game. It's a long name. If you could suggest a shorter name for the operation, let us know down in the comment section. Over here, the Eradicator has moved over here, and it is going to get a line of sight on the Hecaton. I don't care if it's not worth anything to me. It must die. It must die. In fact, if all goes well, my plan is to blow the Hecaton up with that, and I mean blow it up. And then I want to blow a Sagittario up with that one, blow a Sagittario with that one, and then the field of battle will be cleared from all enemy armor, and I will be able to go home in the knowledge that I've achieved armor supremacy. That's all that matters. It's all that matters to the Steel Legion, baby.
All that matters.
It's all that matters. All right, that is the movement. Command phase, of course, he told himself to get reroll ones. He actually told this Chimera to get reroll ones, which meant that this unit, and this unit all receive reroll ones, which was pretty nice. That's it. That's everything. I think now it's time for the shooting. It's not worked yet, but we're going to make it work today. In grain precision on the plasma one. He is going to fire everything into the Hecaton. He's going to bloody do it. Number of shots. Yes! Finally! Where was that 4 turns ago? You know what? I'm not even going to be mad with you, man. It wasn't your fault. You weren't the one rolling, shooting the shots before. You were the good rush. You've been doing okay. All right. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Many auto wounds, please. Well, I've at least got 2 auto wounds, which is nice. I've got 3 misses, which is less than ideal. But I do have a couple of rerolls here. Oh, out the tray. We'll try again. Okay, so 3 auto wounds. 2 regular hits, I believe. And then that's it. 3 wounds, sir. It's dead. It's very dead. Unless you are going to use...
I am.
You're going... So that means the Vanquisher will be able to unleash onto you.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do about that, Tom.
I can do.
Okay, well, I've got all of the heavy bolters coming in next. Maybe it won't be needed. We've got 9 heavy bolter shots coming in, so I only need 1 of these to penetrate, Tom. I only need 1. Oh, God, there's a lot of auto wounds. It's a lot of auto wounds. Okay. They've gone. Whew. Come on, you salty bastard. No, right. 5 saves. 5 2-ups. Oh! He's CPing it. Oh, so he has no CP.
I have 1 CP.
I mean, you have no CP reroll to save it from anything else.
No.
Okay. Vanquisher! Unleash hell! Unleash hell! All right.
Oh, God.
Couple of heavy bolters first.
Why are you not going with the main cannon, bro?
I don't know. I feel like you might have some trick up your
I
sleeve.
don't have a trick up my sleeve. Go with the main. Hit it with a chair.
I'm so nervous, man.
Hit me.
I'm so nervous. Come on. It's a hit! It's an auto wound!
It's a 6
yes!
save, though. Yes.
It's a 6 of save, but you are going to take D3 mortal wounds. No! He's dead! Die, I say! Die! Yes! He explodes!
D3.
It's got to be more than D3. You are a big vehicle, bro.
It's D3.
Okay, if you are, I'm very jealous, because if anything that's big in my army that explodes like that starts taking out half the army with it.
On a 6. Oh,
it's more, isn't it?
it's D6.
It's D6. Bruh. I knew it was. Okay.
So 6 inches. It'll take them guys and them guys there.
Come on, Ecog.
So the Broke here.
2. Okay, that's not
And
too
then the Funderkin. Take
5. Oh!
5. So that guy's.
Aye, papi. I don't care if that took way more than I wanted it to. That was totally fucking worth it, man. Finally getting rid of that and also doing some damage to that. Ah, yes, mate. You've been trying all game. You've been firing your depleted uranium darts into that giant land fortress, that stupid fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza wagon, that behemoth. And it has finally... I'm actually really glad he was the one that got it, because it was him and his mate that were holding the line against. It's like, can you imagine him rumbling towards you and you're just yeeting shot after shot into it? It's like, no damage. It's like, and you can see your shots are hitting and you can see they're penetrating. And it's like, it's just not working. Oh my God. Oh, I don't care. Declare more victory. Declare more victory there. Okay, now we'll do the rest of the shooting off camera because that was very, very exciting. The plan is going to be to see how many of these cheeky chappies that I can kill. You can't transhuman them anymore either, can you?
Ooh.
So what you're saying is we've got a chance. We're back at the end of guard shooting. We'll do a cheeky little charge and that'll be our turn 4. End of turn 4. We did all the shooting and the little bits of charging off camera. And it was actually pretty eventful. All of the chimeras, 1, 2, 3, fired everything into the Hearthkin in the centre. And they did all right. The thing is that your Hearthkin have got Armour of Contempt or Void Armor, but it's only a 4 save.
Yeah.
So once you start piling on the wounds onto them, it's like, oh, they're just dying. Just dying. So they ended up getting whittled down quite effectively. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put, I know I said I was thinking about the Vanquisher into the Sagittaire, but I thought, you know what, let's just finish that squad off. And so I put the Vanquishers, everything into the remaining 4 guys that were there, got the hit on a 6, munched one guy, and then did D3 auto wounds and picked up the other 3. So bit of overkill there. If I was going to be honest with that turn, I'm happy with it, but there were a couple of times when I overkilled. So for example, I put everything from here into the Hecatomb. It took me 2 tanks. It really should have only taken me 1 tank, but it took me 2 tanks to bring it down. Because it took me 2 tanks to kill it, it meant that I then didn't have all my little small arms from this guy and this guy, who I would have ideally used to free up and kill all that. And then I would have had 2 Vanquisher cannons, which I know obviously now would have hit and wounded and got the auto wounds, which would have picked up both of those. So that's kind of that's how inefficient it is when you're forced to overkill things because your opponent's just so damn tough. So the fact that that Hecaton took an extra tank to kill basically meant that those 2 Sagittars got to live. So it's not done a huge amount of damage to Hecaton. It's basically taken out a single Lehman Russ, but it's absorbed so much goddamn firepower. And I don't care if it wasn't the right move to kill it. It had to die. It was honourable, sir. A point of honour. Upon sighting Hecaton, I shot it, sir. That's my style. But it took 4 turns to kill it.
Yeah.
Tom was a bit like, oh, it's not really done much this game. I'm like, it's been such a factor in my game. Like, it's taken everything. In the charge phase, I charged in the Chimera here to continue Operation Hold Them Up and hope that they don't get too much the rest of the game, which is going swimmingly. I was able to get within an inch of both squads, which is fantastic, but Tom does have the ability to teleport them away, which might cause me some problems. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So that was the guard turn 4. In terms of points, you guys that want to keep track of how we're doing, I have now maxed the flexible command. I max R&D that turn. I've got 9 boots on the ground points. Fingers crossed that means that I will get 12 by the end of the game, because hopefully this squad can live. This squad can live. And this squad can live. If they do that, then fantastic. That'll be 12 points for boots. And then obviously in terms of primary, I was able to get 2 points for killing a unit that was holding the center. I didn't hold it myself, but I still managed to get 2 points for killing it that held it. In terms of where the scores are right now, the guard are slightly ahead. We've got a tiny bit more primary, even with Tom getting 12 going into his turn 4. We've got a tiny bit more primary, just because we got a 12 at one point and we got an 8, whereas the Votann were struggling on 4 primary for a couple of turns. And we're just ahead on our secondaries as well. But bear in mind, Tom, of course, has banners, which really ticks up. He's going to start raising them everywhere. So that's definitely not off the cards yet. And of course, we don't know how Ancestors is going to work, because you might get shitloads of Ancestor points. But if there's any Judgment tokens left knocking about, that could start taking them off you. So it's definitely all to play for. This might be the closest game we've had of Votann versus Guard, just in terms of it. Not one side has got smashed over the other. Both sides have got to turn 4, and there's a lot still to play for. So I think the last time we played Votann with Guard, it was the double Baneblade list, and it was just me running around like a little rat underfoot, like getting. You had won the battle. You'd absolutely smashed me. I think I had like two infantrymen left over at the end of the game, something insane.
You had like 2 squads and a Cadian command squad.
That was it. And somehow I still managed to get like the draw on the points. So this is going to be a very, very close game. We'll have to see what Tom can do. He does, of course, get the 12 points now, and if he plays his cards right, he should get 12 points turn 5 for primary as well, because he gets to score at the end of the game. We shall have to see, sir. All right, Tom, do your worst.
Yes.
They're breaking through! Hold the line, men! Hold the line! The wannabe Terminators have fallen back, and they've used a dastardly trick. They've used a well-ordered retreat. Retreat, sir! Retreat! How dare you! You coward! You cur! You wholesome knave! Retreat! You have admitted retreat.
You silk stocking full of shit!
You have admitted retreat.
Yes.
Which is worse than admitting defeat.
But I'm retreating forward.
No, you have. It's what?
No.
What is the stratagem called, Tom?
I believe it is well-ordered retreat.
What is that optimum? What's that? The operative word? Retreat.
I will actually just look at it now, because if it does not say retreat, then I will not say it, sir.
Well,
if it does, then yes, it's called well-ordered retreat.
So, would you like to concede now, Tom? You have, as a guard commander, you have retreated from the enemy.
No, I have went into a baptism of fire.
You have retreated from the enemy, sir.
What is it the World War I generals used to say?
You are a silk stocking full of shit. That's what it is.
What is it? Reform the line? Is that what
Reform the line! We'll take them head on! Reform the line! Sound the horns! No, that's not. You're not as epic as Theoden. No. You are Cookadun. So, joking aside, so the viewers at home know what the hell is actually going on. Mm-hmm. This man here stayed in combat, and he's now tying me up. Oh, how the turns table. And then you did your fallback and shoot. It's not charged, though.
I don't believe so.
No, so you've fallen back there. But you didn't quite make it onto the objective, did you? Sadly
it's not charge, is it?
No. Does that change your thoughts, sir?
That is just, maybe. You wholesome knaves!
You wholesome knave! You bastard! You damn wholesome knave! You cur!
I don't know. Possibly.
The cogs. I'm going to get you on camera. The cogs are turning in that brain. The e-cogs.
I will check
the furrowed brow. Okay. You going to check it live on camera?
Yeah, go on.
His disgrace will be complete. It will be done on camera.
Where is it?
It might be fallback, shoot, or charge.
This is really funny where it's like not even what I'm saying. Use strategy first when a Votann core unit from your army falls back. That unit is still eligible to shoot, even though it fell back this turn.
But not charge.
No.
Yes! Victory is mine! So you have retreated, and it's not even as good as a guard order. I can fall back and shoot or charge, bro. Nah. I'm like that guy from... Do you remember that guy from Spyro that used to have the eggs running around?
Yes.
And he used to be like, nah. Anyway, off topic. Either way, so he has fallen back. He will be shooting over there. He has then brought his moon buggies, the Sagittars. He has brought one around the corner here. He's got another one, and the Carl sat on the objective. You are thinking about destroying this Chimera to get yourself lots of lovely points this turn. Maybe 3 whole bonus primary. And then, of course, you have lots of DACA that might also go into the factory. You have options.
I have options.
You have options, sir. In terms of the other maneuverability movement over here, what remains of the bastard master over here has, because he lost a couple of his e-cogs and everything, has just decided to just string out on the objective and have a good time.
Yeah, he's raised a banner because he can shoot and do an action because of his...
Of course he can.
Ankin assistance.
I don't even want to know. And then you've brought you gave +1 to hit to these guys. Now, are they core? Because they're not.
If they're not, then I'm fucked.
Bloody fucked, sir.
On camera.
Back.
If they're not,
something has to be not core. Something has to be not core. They're not core. Oh, fuck off, man. What in this army isn't core? Is it just the Hecaton?
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit, man. I have exactly like 5 data sheets in the guard codes, which is core. It's like the mortars and the infantry, and the bloody Katachans and the other infantry, and that's it. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Will you stop stalling and let me shoot you?
These guys have moved over here. These guys are just hiding in here, providing some more firepower, and there we go. I can't believe... I genuinely cannot believe their core. That is like...
Intensify forward firepower.
That's mad. I can't believe their core. Oh no, to be fair, my elite infantry are core, like Kazakin and San, so I guess I should shut the fuck up before GW starts taking core off me.
Yeah, you should.
There we go. All right, we'll go into that's your movement phase. Alrighty, ho. Let's have a lookaroo at the Votann shooting phase. Starting off with the cowardly cowards of cowardness. They are going to be firing their disintegrators. I don't like that word.
Into the Vanquisher.
Into the Vanquisher. I really don't like that. And you've spent a CP for 4 rolls to hit, haven't you? And then you put all the grenade launchers into there because you are just sick of rolling 1s and 2s. You're like, I'm going to get a minimum of 3.
Reroll everything against them because they have a judgment token on them.
They do. They do indeed. All right, let's go. Let's see if you can start deleting me. I only have to survive 1 more turn. Oh, it's only a singular mortal.
Yes, it is.
Are you going for the mega reroll? Can you with those?
I can.
They've auto wounded. Okay.
I can because I can just reroll all the hits.
It's a lot more mortals. Okay. And then
I do not care.
I think I don't die even if I fail all of these. They auto wounded.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah, because I got 3 judgment tokens on me.
So how many was that? 3?
Oh wait, well maybe one of them you need to roll to wound. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
You should have been hitting on 4s because of
yes. I keep doing this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 saves. No, sorry. What am I saying?
Stop cheating!
3 saves, 5 mortal wounds.
Right, I don't lose any more wounds, so I've got 4 wounds left on my Vanquisher. Okay.
And then the grenades.
Stop cheating.
Into the grenades into the guardsmen.
These are a minimum of 3.
Oh, is it?
Because the blast, I assume.
So
yeah.
Yes, they are.
So just add that up and add 2 more on, basically.
Yes. Why am I going?
10, 15, 19, 21.
21, 22. And then what is this?
Hitting on 3.
3.
4 rerolls.
4 rerolls.
I think I have 2 judgment tokens.
You do.
So
because I just gave you one at the start of the turn.
Oh,
so,
I honestly hate judgment tokens.
And then I get to reroll all of these lovely boys. Look at that, dear viewers. Isn't that beautiful?
It's Summit.
The Stunty boys.
Okay, that's a lot of saves.
So that is that many saves?
Count them up. Count them. That many is not a unit of measurement.
11,
Count them up, you damn bastard, you.
17 saves.
Okay, so I've got these. I've got these at 17. I'm just going to draw them in handfuls.
80
okay.
-1, this is.
Yep, I'm on a 5-up save. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm still alive at the moment. Oh, might have gone a bit squiffy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gadzooks! You did it to a man. To a man. You used to be a man. I had to think. I was so worried that you were from Iran. Let us know in the comment section if you get that reference.
You used to be a man.
Oh, God.
Oh, God!
God, one of the funniest episodes of television ever produced.
How many wounds does your Vanquisher have?
It has 4 left.
4 left, right. So I'll use the coral to shoot into him then.
No, you won't.
You'll be... Why not?
What's his range?
24.
Alright, fine. -1 to hit.
-1 to hit. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's just 1 auto wound.
Yes! Victory! You were very honourable there. I didn't have the camera on you.
2 damage.
It's alright. I'll take 2 damage. That's all right. I'm on 2 left. Just better hope these fucking auto cannons whip now.
Right. The front Sagittar... the back Sagittar is going to go into the Vanquisher now.
Okay.
And I'm going to do all these at once because...
It makes no difference.
No difference.
Hitting on 4s. It auto reading on 4s.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I just hate Votann. It's so dumb. It's a fucking auto cannon.
AP -2 to damage.
I've got to do 1 at a time because I have a CP and I might use the reroll. So it's a 4-up save. No, I'm not going to use it this early. I'm not going to use it that early. If it was like halfway through, I'd use it. But no. Doesn't explode at least. No, that wasn't the CP reroll.
I was just thinking like...
If it had been. Yeah, exactly. Oh no! No, it's okay. Vengeful salute.
Vengeful salute, yeah, very good.
Yes, definitely. Die. Right. Okay, here we go.
Die, you awesome name.
Die. Yes, it's dead. It's dead.
Dead, yes,
Explosion. Vengeful salute is so good.
No.
No. Okay. Yes. Yes, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, sir.
Which one was that into?
It was this one because it didn't have any dents on it.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that. I got you one word. My vanquisher's like, I always get my man.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man. Yes, I fucking love vanquishers, bro. They're just like, dead.
Righty-ho.
Unfortunately, it is a bit of a tricky situation, but it's all right.
Then I guess I'll do my Brocade Forge Master. He's just going to shoot into the...
I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, can we just do them and then we do the rest off camera?
D6 shots each.
Okay, 6.
4, 5, 6.
I have no way of doing the -1 this time because I had one command point, didn't I? You have any CP? Yeah, you got to fucking wear it.
So hitting on 2s, but wounding on 5s and 6s.
Yeah, there's no judge. There's one judgment, but you didn't get any.
So that is okay, sweet. So that is 4 wounds.
That was just a hit.
Yes, that is 3 auto wounds.
Why? You've got 1 judgment token.
No, it's got 2.
Oh, I thought I had 1. I don't know where that. Oh, did you put 1 on me? Did you?
I'm going to roll that hit roll. Yeah, so 4 AP -3, 3 damage each.
Okay, again. Oh no, I haven't got any CP left now. He's dead. That's annoying.
Does he explode?
It doesn't matter, he's not in range or anything, but there you go. No. Sad, I was hoping to have one of my vanquishers left over.
Fiddlesticks.
Damn you, sir. Damn you. Yeah, I cannot express it enough. It's the last time I'm going to say it. Judgment tokens are my least favourite mechanic ever in any war game I've ever played. That's how strong. I'm not blaming you, Tom, obviously. I'm just saying to the viewers at home, that is how strongly I feel about them. Whoever came up with them, whoever you are, you should be very, very disappointed in yourself. It's just silly. It's just silly. Because you have what I have and more. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Everyone complain about guards.
But the reason that I complain about Guard Reborn Soldiers is because the amount of cards you can take is...
Yeah, man, I don't agree, bro. Not at all. Like, I know what you're saying, but...
Nifty. So, rest of my shooting phase then?
Yeah, we'll do that off camera, and I'll stop being such a salty Jeb end, and we'll be back in a moment.
You will.
Summon the reserves! We break them here and now. One last push for the Emperor. Guard turn 5. So what have we done? Well, in terms of primary points, we scored 8 at the beginning of our turn. And then we moved a few characters and whatnot into the center of the map here. This will allow us to tear down the banner of the enemy and also, hopefully, score that central objective. Meaning that that'll get us an extra 2 victory points. We then moved everything else out and round here to get a cheeky little bit of firepower into these remaining Terminators. The thinking is that if I can whittle them and kill them, then I can charge in with wannabe Yarrick, and if he survives the Overwatch and the combat, then Tom will not be able to do an action. He can't fall back and do action, so he won't be able to raise a banner. That will achieve me, or deny him, an extra victory point. So it's all to play for. That was basically my movement, my command phase. There was very little to do, actually, because I don't have any tank orders left, really. These guys just sat here and decided that they were going to remain vigilant. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with them, Tom? They don't need to sit on their objective anymore. They just need to stay in that table quarter. So they're going to jump out over here and they're going to shoot some stuff over here. Yeah. We'll do that in the cut. That'll be fine. Yeah. So I'm just declaring that now so the people on the camera know what I've been up to. So they'll have a little bit of take aim. They're going to jump out there. I'm going to try and light someone up over there. All right. Now, that was my movement. I have one to let you guys know what my game plan is. Tie them up to deny a victory point there. If I can kill a unit over here, then it means that I will be able to get another victory point for killing a unit on the center objective and also holding the center objective, which will be very, very nice. And that will then be all the points I can possibly score. I have managed to get 11 on boots on the ground. I've maxed the flexible, got 12 on R&D. And yeah, the difference on primary might swing it. Tom, of course, gets the end of his turn 5 to score points, so we have to assume he will get 12 for that, which is pretty big. So we shall see what happens. We'll go into guard turn 2. I tell you what, it's guard turn 5, not turn 2. It's guard turn 5. We'll go into the shooting phase. We'll do a summary of it. We'll see if I am able to achieve what I want to, and then we'll go over to Votann turn 5, and then the final thoughts and scores. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so end of guard, movement, command, shooting, and charge phase. Almost in the charge phase.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the lay of the land stands right now. We were able to delete the Sagittor with all of the little bits of firepower, because despite the fact that it is bigly tough, it only has a 3-up save, and it doesn't reduce damage or anything, does it?
Yeah.
So the Lasguns came in, and we're just like, oh, we're just going to fucking do loads of auto wounds to you. And did. And then you failed them. And then the crack grenade launcher, the special weapon I poo-pooed at the beginning of the game, was like, 3 wounds, you bitch. Absolutely yeeted it.
Get away from the objective, you bitch.
And then all of the other little bits of firepower from the officers and the chimeras went in, and they actually reduced it down to 2 wounds. And then I was like, right, long range firepower, just in range of all my blokes, las guns. No orders, no rerolls, no nothing. Just went pew, pew, and did 3 wounds to it, and Tom failed his 3 saves, and just lost. He just died. Just died. Had 2 wounds left. Just died. So that was everything over there. I then shot that freed my execution up to absolutely flub it. He after getting 6 shots against Hecaton, he then went back to not hitting very well, and he only got 4 shots against the stunties, and then he killed 1. And then that was it. He didn't do anything in combat. He shot everything and just was like, just did nothing. So now I've charged, because if I survive the charge and the combat, as I said, it will mean that Tom will be denied a victory point, and it means nothing to me. I'm not giving any points away. It's a free bird, so we'll go for it. All right, so Tom, you are overwatching, sir.
Yeah, I'm overwatching.
You are most honourable.
Disintegrators first. Oh God.
Oh, you just got your cat. Thanks for getting the arm in the shot.
That's 1 mortal wound.
Okay, that's fine.
And then the grenade launches.
I've taken 1. It's all right. Just a little bit of mortal wounds.
Ooh,
That's pretty poor. That's only 6.
Oh God.
He's gonna do it. I believe he's in.
In mortal wound.
He's only got. I don't give a shit. I don't even not mark it. Oh, I'll mark it. Fine.
How many wounds does he have left?
He's the Death Corps Marshal.
So if
Damn.
I remember correctly,
They've got 1 wound less than usual.
yes.
Oh God!
I remember that because you pulled me up on it last week, even though I don't know guard rules.
Okay, well, next time I'll let you pay too many points for your HQs.
Yeah, you should actually.
All right, so I believe I have. I always think he's a Castellan. He's not a Castellan, is he? All right, well, I've got. It's probably 3 attacks. It's probably 3. Hitting once. Very good.
T6.
Damn. Damn you. Damn your eyes, sir. So you've got there's 4. How many? 3 attacks per guy? That's 9 plus 4 for sergeant. 30 attacks. Hitting me on your basic hitting capabilities. I have no way of denying these hits. Okay, now you only wound me on 4s though, as I have the order of the Bastium Stellaris.
So that's 6 saves, AP minus 3, 1 damage each.
Okay, I've got a 5 invulnerable save.
That's nice. How many wounds does he have left? 3.
He's got 3 left. If he dies to a wound, I am never ever going to recommend Watchmasters ever again. Spend the extra 15 points, get the extra wound. 6 saves, you say?
Don't do this. Don't.
That's
Don't
1.
you dare. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
CP. I did save it.
God!
I did save it. He's dead. You saw that first 5, man.
I saw you slow rolling it. I was like, no.
No, not like this.
And then the fight in the centre with the other dudes.
Oh yeah, I charged my Commissarian just to stop you from heroic intervening, which you might have had a small chance of picking up both characters, which would have denied me a victory point. So
I did say I wouldn't heroically intervene.
yes, well then, you coward. I don't even know if the Commissar has as many attacks, but he's hit 3 times now. I think he's got 3 or 4 attacks, it's fine. I paid for that power sword though. 1 wound! 1 wound, sir!
Saved.
Okay, now you get to strike me back.
Yep.
Oh god.
Un dos. You don't have any. So that is 4 wounds.
Why did you re-roll?
Huh?
Or was that to wound rolls? Was
That
it?
was to wound rolls.
Okay, I just thought he auto wounded everything. I can't remember what his. I don't know what his attacks
No.
do.
His auto wounding is
Your gun.
The gun. Yes. AP -3, 2 damage though.
Okay. He's
I'm
dead.
forward.
His one job was to.
How many wounds did he have?
I think they've only got 4 commissars. They're only junior officers.
Bruh.
I'll check, but I'm pretty certain. But his one job was to deny you from, because that's why I worked out you could have heroic intervened. You could have done 3 attacks into one officer, 2 attacks with another, killed both, and then stopped me from getting the victory points for holding the middle objective. So that's why I charged him in. He died for the Emperor. Victory is measured in blood.
Victory is assured.
Victory is assured. But also, remember, dear viewers, victory is measured in blood. Both yours and the enemy's. Yes. There we go. That is the end of guard turn 5. We will top up all the little scraplets of points that I have. We will go over to Tom's turn. I think you basically... I mean, we could probably work this out, but we'll let you do your turn. We'll let you have your turn.
I will have my data.
You'll have your data.
In fact,
I didn't
do the attacks.
Stop going. 1 minute. End of guard turn 5. We will be back at the beginning of Votann turn 5. You've totally thrown me off. Why are you the way you are, Tom? All right, we're back with the Leagues of Cheese final game. So we did a summary turn for the Votann. It is the end of their turn, and it is the end of the game. Taking you through the lightning fast Votann turn. Everything sprinted forward on their little legs.
Little giblets.
It's got baby legs. I'm regular legs. You're baby legs. And everything ran forward, including the little biker boy. And they were able to kill the Chimera and the officer on there, which meant that you secured the objective. And also you were able to get some points for killing units on the objective as well. That gave you the extra 3 for the primary. You were also able to raise the banner. Interestingly, raise the banner used to be you can't raise a banner if there's any enemy units near it. That has changed. You now only need to control it. It was previous iterations of that objective said that. Because I remember distinctly saying you can't do it if there's enemy units nearby, excluding aircraft. And now when you check it, it's just like, if you control it, get that flag up there, son. So that was interesting. So even though at the beginning of the turn I had someone there, you were able to raise the banner, which got you an extra point at the end of the game, which is very nice. And then you had a little bit of shooting over here. These guys all shot into the infantry squad. You killed 8 of them. 1 of them ran away. But the little guy with the binoculars, the sergeant, was able to stick around there and have a good time.
At the moment, I think we've actually added the scores up wrong because they should have a judgment token as well.
Oh yeah, they should. It's okay. Fortunately, that won't make a difference to the final score.
Sure. It'll be an extra minus point, so it will actually make a difference to the final score.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Well, you adjust the score in the background there, Tom, and I'll carry on. Wait a second. I've got a live update coming in from the command center. Whacker Tom has just confirmed a point is missing. I will say again, a point is missing. Can this battle get any hotter in the final moments? Moving on. Over here, you just moved and raised a banner there because my guy unfortunately did not survive the course. And then you did a single wound in combat to the Chimera. And that was that. Now, at the end of your turn, you were able to get 12 primary, and then you obviously got 3 as well. So 15 points. I always say going second in 40k in the right matchup, as long as you're not playing someone who's just going to zoom over and alpha strike you, it's such a massive buff. I cannot tell you the number of games I've seen just completely swing from someone who was ahead the whole game, just turn to that person, just goes, right, 1 unit there, 1 unit there, 1 unit there.
Being defended is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is massive. So that got you 15 points. Now, the final primary score, therefore, was 41 to the Guard and 41 to the Votann. Oh, baby! To give you guys an idea of how it worked, is Tom got 4 points, turn 2, turn 3, and then turns 4 and 5, he got 12 points. Big swings. My scoring was 4 points turn 1, then I got a 12, and then I got an 8 and an 8. And we both scored exactly the same amount of bonus points which is interesting. So we basically averaged 8 victory points a turn each, and then the same amount of bonuses as well. So very nice. So 41 a pop there. Then it came down to the secondary, sir.
Yes.
The secondaries. Now, I maxed in flexible command. Big surprise. I was able to max as much as I could retrieve battlefield data, but battlefield data only maxes out at 12. So it's a good one, but it does have a little disadvantage. Little side there, I was very surprised that I managed to max that. I was honestly expecting I wouldn't be able to. I thought I'd get 8 if I was lucky. I just played I used the maneuverability that the Chimera's gave me when jumping out of them to get the extra point, which is nice. But then on boots, I got a plucky 11 points, which again was something I was really not expecting. I think this list did surprisingly well on boots because I could just have 2 squads hidden back. And then there were a couple of turns where I could just be like, go forth, and just get an extra boots points here and there. So that was good. I could have, if Tom hadn't denied me that 1 victory point there, I would have got 12, and that would have been massive. But as it was, I got 11. In total, I scored 38 secondary points with 10 for painting, which meant I got 89. Mm-hmm. Now, Tom, for your secondaries.
I got 13 on Ancestors.
Oh, a minute. What did you get? You got 15 on Bring It Down.
I got 15 on Bring It Down. So that's max. I got 10 on Banners. And then I got...
you got 15 on Ancestors, but
there was 2 units on the field that had judgment tokens.
Survive! Survive!
So that minuses
1. And then these guys had 1 as well, which meant you minus 2.
Yes.
Survive!
So, in total, I missed 7 points on my secondaries.
Oh, so did I.
Yes. So we are even on primary, and we're even on secondaries.
Even on painting score.
So it finished 89 to me, 89 to you, and it is definitely a draw.
Definitely a draw. I actually thought Tom had squeaked it by a point. Obviously, Obviously, for those that have watched this channel a lot, you know that we tend to say games that are within 5 points of each other are a draw, but we always give you the raw score so that because the reason we do that is we play a lot of tournaments, we play a lot of WTC, and that's how they do it. You've got to have a clear win to get the victory. But we give you the raw score because obviously if you're playing just normal 40k, winning by 1 point is still a victory. Which is why when Tom said, hang on, did they have a judgment token? It was like, it was massive because it meant it was a draw both in our sort of house rules and in the core rules as well. What do I always say, Tom? It always comes down to the infantryman and his judgment tokens. Unbelievable.
To be fair, it's like me and you at the start of the day both said we're going to have to force ourselves to come at each other because otherwise if we were playing this like in a competitive sense,
super cagey.
We would just be like staying back.
Your hackathon wouldn't come out, my Rusties wouldn't come out.
Like maybe brought my hackathon out to bait something of yours out.
Yeah.
And then it's just, but then we were like, no, we have to make it interesting.
I think also by going aggressive, both of us played part of our hand early on, but we didn't go memey. We played the game properly. We both brought, solid lists, but not the most competitive versions of our factions. And we both came with the right attitude, being like, we're going to play properly, but we're not going to play boringly. We're not going to play super duper cagey. And I played a bit of cagey, and you played a bit cagey, so there's no arguments about one player being boring and all that kind of stuff. No, it was absolutely straight down the middle. And I think we both played little hearts out, man. I'm shattered. I'm absolutely shattered.
It's by turn 4 when we both went, actually half more still left.
I don't think I've ever had so much against Votann left over before. I mean, the fact I've got 3 vehicles left over is pretty wild. Interesting. So, Tom, we're going to wrap this up, but give me your 30 seconds final thoughts. Who was your MVP? Who was your least valuable model as well?
Half guard, just fucking brilliant.
These guys.
2 5-man squads is actually really, really nice. Yeah. Even if you split them up.
We both kind of just stopped each other here. And remember, these were the guys that were basically there from turn 2, holding the line. So
yes, and like my 20-man brick in the centre held up a lot of like firepower, so my hackathon. So it was it was quite nice to have like the hackathon deals a lot of damage if he can, but like the half guard just shred things when you get into anything.
You went for the faction that felt tanky, and from my perspective, you were very tanky. Like, you've got a lot left over here, buddy. Like, I don't think you've lost. Apart from, I had that one break, I think about turn 4, where I actually managed to start dealing damage. And to that point, it was very, very difficult. There were multiple turns where I struggled to get that 2 points from Flexible Command for killing something with a unit under the influence of an order. So it was very tricky. My sort of the MVP. For me and my sort of final thoughts, it's kind of tricky. I am going to have to say that the MVP probably is going to have to come down to the Vanquisher that finally killed the Hecaton. He was definitely the hero because he had been dueling that thing for fucking 4 turns at that point. It was pretty gnarly. So he definitely earned his Vanquisher cannon. Yeah. I would say the unit that consistently struggles to perform for me is the Plasma Executioner. I know you're going to be very surprised by that, but outside of having, outside of being able to, wound the Hecaton, it really did very little. It rolled more that it rolled a 1 or a 2 every single time it fired. It rolled out of 2 plasma russes. I rolled 1 time when I got more than a 2. Every other time it was a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 6, and that was it. It was just. They weren't very good. So I know people rave about these on paper, and I know in this game, if I didn't have them, the Hecaton would have been really difficult for me to deal with. But saying that, if I'd had 2 Vanquishers here, you can fucking reduce 1 damage on 1 all you like. The second one's going to get you. Yeah. So if I'd had pure Vanquisher spam, I feel like I would have done better. But obviously, I would have had to go into having not Born Soldiers, at which point things start getting a bit fucky. But yeah, definitely, it sounds a bit. Yeah, weird, but they didn't perform. But the unit that probably didn't do anything at all, everything did something. The unit that did nothing was the Hellhound. I actually forgot it was in my list. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. Like, I always put one in because everyone in the Guard community is like,
loves a Hellhound.
Everyone loves me Hellhound. I love me Brick. But unfortunately, I've run one. I must have run one in a dozen games at this point with the new Guard Codex, and it has yet to do anything worthy of note. They're all right. You can make them work, but they're very, very tricky. All right, guys. I'm not blaming my tools. I'm just blaming the Hellhound. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's battle report. We certainly did. It was very nice, me and Tom being able to use 2 armies that we were familiar with. We've been trying a lot of new stuff lately, and it's nice occasionally just put on that comfy pair of slippers. I'm playing Guard. He's playing Votann. And it was nice. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to smash the like button and also subscribe if you want to see more battle reports. And of course, if you want to go the extra mile and support us on what we do, then please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the current people who are doing their part, and our channel members and our Patreon supporters. We little humble flex here. We recently crossed 1,200 channel members.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing. So the MG Army is growing.
I need a pay rise?
I mean, did I say 1,200? I meant 12. So yeah, no, I just want to say thank you, of course, to everyone that has gifted memberships, that has subscribed, that has become a channel member. It really does make a massive difference. It allows us to do what we do here. This allows us to expand the channel. It's why we're getting so many more channel armies. It's why we're getting more terrain. Obviously, you guys have seen the same terrain for a while now. We've got more battle maps coming, more terrain coming, more armies coming, and it's all thanks to the fantastic support of the channel members and Patreon supporters. So we've plugged that enough, I think. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, as always, see you guys next time.